Rudolph. He's going to be claimed 10 metres out from his own goal line at the southern end. Welcome to listeners joining us here at Lang Park in Brisbane as we get underway. Magic Round 2026. You're with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs, I'm Andrew Moore. And first up, Canterbury Bankstown playing Cronulla Sutherland. Sharks have first use of the footy. And Jesse Colquhoun has taken 19 out from his own goal line. Played to Puru, goes right to left away to Fanua Blake. He's tackled 27 out from his own line. The Sharks team, Will Kennedy, Sam Stonestreet, Jesse Ramian, KL Iro, Ronaldo Mulatalo for the first time this year. Here's the kick from the 5'8 Braden Trindle down to the northwest corner. Caught by Connor Tracy for Canterbury, 15 out from his own line over the 20. He's caught by the chase, 25 out from his own line. Halfback Nico Hines, lock Jesse Colquhoun. Second row is Teague Wilson and Britton Nickera. Front rowers are Tobias Eric Rudolph and Adam Fanua Blake. The hooker is Lahepa Puru and the bench is Sise Vitalakai, Billy Burns, Tom Hazelton, Jaden Beryl, Marwini Hiroti and Braden Welly. The coach Craig Fitzgibbon. Canterbury with it in centre field. They have it 5 metres short of halfway. Ball played by Salmon to Haywood. Short ball goes left. Good run Tracy. Knocked to the deck. 4 metres in Cronulla Sutherland territory. Last play Bulldogs Haywood. Goes right to Galvin. Puts boot the ball 47 metres out. Down to the southwest corner. And Stonestreet good catch. He's caught by the chase. 14 out from his own line. So for Canterbury, Connor Tracy fullback, wingers Jonathan Sewer and also Anari Tuala. Setters Bronson Sherry and the captain Stephen Crichton in NRL game number 150. 5'8 Matt Burton, half Lockie Galvin. Lock is Jamin Salmon. Second row was Jacob Preston and Tatili Tupanua. Front row was Leo Thompson and Max King back from injury. Hooker Bailey Haywood on the bench. Kurt Mann, Harry Hayes, Alec Jones. Also Ratu Runakama, Lipboy, Hopboy and Jack Underhill, the coach Cameron Serraldo. The referee for this one, Jared Sutton, with Wyatt Raymond in the bunker. Kick downfield from the Bulldogs and for the Bulldogs Sewer. He returns it for Canterbury and dumped to the ground. 13 out from his own line. 2.5 gone. No score. Luke Lewis, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Andrew and Johnny down there on the sideline. But it's a good start by both sides. They're getting through their sets nicely, kicking well and defending well. But one little scary sign I see for the Sharks already is just through the middle of the field. We've no Brayley out there to clean up those little tackles. There's a lot of space for the Bulldogs up through the middle.
So now Canterbury Bankstown with it. About 32 out from their own goal line. Dummy half Haywood. Short ball goes right and the Bulldogs take it within 10 of halfway. Last tackle Canterbury Bankstown. The ball played by Galvin. Comes to the left Burton. Puts left boot to ball from outside the 40. Read well by Kennedy. Drifting to his right. Has it on his own 10. Great chase by the Bulldogs and he's tackled. 13 out from his own line. Preston was flying through there with Leo Thompson. As now Mulatalo beats the first. Caught 22 out from his own line. No score. Let's check in downstairs. John Gibbs, good evening to you once more.
Yeah, good evening, Andrew and Louis. That's good signs there for the Bulldogs because that's what they built their success on last year. The long raking kick. Here's a good break now.
As the Sharkies work it over halfway, Gibbsy, and put to the ground 5 metres in Canterbury Bankstown territory. The ball played, picked up by Puru, goes right to Fanua Blake, links up with Hines. He turns it back on the inside as the Sharks have caught 35 out. Last tackle, ball played by Nickera, comes to the right, Puru away to Nico Hines, towering kick, Connor Tracy, doesn't manage to get there. It's caught by Trindle, pass knocked down by Canterbury, and it's finished off by Cronulla Sutherland's Trindle. Kennedy got it, quick pass back, touched by Preston, and the try scored by Braden Trindle. Connor Tracy couldn't handle it, 4 minutes gone. First blood goes to Cronulla Sutherland. Braden Trindle the try. Sharks 4, Canterbury Bankstown there with a kick to come, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, if the Sharks were going to go well tonight, they needed to start well. And then, 3 sets in, they come up with a really good, strong carry. It all started with Jesse Ramian up the middle of the field. A couple of quick plays over that right edge. Beautiful kick by Nico Hines, but it was the compete and the chase from Will Kennedy. He does not take his eye off the ball. He gets up over the top of Connor Tracy, and he comes up with a beautiful take. That's fine. Does not touch Connor Tracy. It's play on, and then all of a sudden he just flicks the ball back inside. I thought at first they knocked it on, but it comes off a Bulldogs player. And I think it was Jamin Salmon who it comes off, and then Trindle just slams the ball down, gets first point.
Yeah, you're right. It was Salmon in the end. And easy work for Trindle. 4-0 Sharks, touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, but that was a great kick there by Nico Hines, and they contested that. And Connor Tracy, if you put up a good bomb, and now that they've sort of got a more liberal interpretation of the disruptor, you can get up and get the ball. That was fair and square anyway, under any rules. But that was Will Kennedy, fantastic work. But you're right, Louis, the break by Jesse Ramian, when I was talking about the raking kick from Matt Burton and the great chase by Preston, that was the difference, the Jesse Ramian break.
Nico Hines, 992 career points, strikes it, heading towards the post, likes it, kicks the goal. So great start, Cronulla Sutherland leading Canterbury Bankstown 6 points to 0. And remember, this Bulldogs team has been in the mire. So their confidence takes an early hit. 5 minutes 30 gone. NRL Friday on ABC Sport. 0467 920 222. Does Kurt Mann miss out if Max Platt is in? You can't have both. I would think that's a fair assumption from Mark in Sydney. 0467 920 222. Where is MC? Asked Mitch. Well, he's never with us on a Friday, well, not generally. And he didn't make the journey. He's back at home with Clara and the kids. The kickoff's taken by Braden Trindle. He sends it open side right. Rudolph strolled through Leo Thompson, taken by Hayward and Salmon. 12 out from the Canterbury line. Ball played now and it comes to the right. Puru. He got the pass away to support. 18 out from the Sharks line. Southern end of the ground with Cronulla up 6-0. And they work at left edge. As the Sharkies doing good job, rolling downfield. Colhoun plays it to Puru, goes right to Fanua Blake. He's wrapped up 32 out from his own line. I reckon the crowd about 35,000 here at the moment. On the first game of Magic Round, Cronulla Sutherland with it, 2 short of halfway. Hines plays it to Puru, goes to the right to Trindle for the kick downfield, right to the northeast corner. Caught by Connor Tracy on the 10-metre line. He returns it, and he's captured 16 out from his own line. 6.5 gone. Sharks 6, Bulldogs 0. It's played, and it comes right from Burton to Sewer. He's wrapped up at 21 out from his own line for Canterbury Bankstown. Plays the ball to Bailey Hayward. Goes open side right this time. It's Canterbury really not going anywhere. 22 out from their own line. Hayward again. Goes right to Leo Thompson. And he's smashed to the ground. 29 out from his own goal line by Fanua Blake. Played to Hayward. Goes left to Jamin Salmon. He carts it up into Colhoun and Nickera. Caught 13 short of halfway. Last play. Hayward centre field. Goes left to Burton from inside the 40. End over end kick. Bounces between Stone Street and Kennedy with backspin. Picked up by Stone Street over the 20. He scored 28 out from his own line. Cronulla Sutherland leading Canterbury 6-0 after 7 minutes.
Yeah, doing a good job. The Sharks, they scored some early points. They get to a really good set. They get to a kick, but they backed up a really good defensive set. For me, the Bulldogs, they're just running one out. They're playing right into the Sharks' arms at the moment. They need to start moving the ball to their edges. That's where they'll make a lot of room and then attack back through the middle.
Kaeliro on halfway plays it. They work it right. Colhoun. He got the pass away to Ramian. He scored 5 metres in Canterbury Bankstown territory by Burton. Plays it to Puru. Goes right to left. Colhoun through one. Now captured 35 out from the Bulldogs goal line by King. Played on the last. Short side right. The kick from Nico Hines. Down to that northeast corner again. And it's taken by Tracy well this time. 15 out from his own line. 6-0. Sharks 8 gone. Touchline, Johnny Gibbs.
Well, they're winning the arm wrestle, Cronulla. They get down within 30, 35 metres. They can put up an attacking kick. Connor Tracy then under enormous pressure again, but he was equal to the task on that occasion. And there is a lot of one-out stuff. Another one-out run there by Stephen Crichton. Bailey Hayward out of dummy half.
Gets the pass away left to Jamin Salmon. He dummies his way into Fanua Blake. And he's tackled mid-quarter halfway Bulldogs territory. Hayward awaits. Goes to the left to Burton and out the back to Galvin. He goes without it. Sharks knock it on as well. But that was poor from Canterbury. Galvin puts it down. Cronulla Sutherland with a scrum feed upcoming. 36 out from the Bulldogs line. 8.5 gone. 6-0 Sharks. And already, Louis, from the last time I saw Canterbury live, this is a team with very little confidence.
Yeah, very little confidence. They look a little bit disorganised. And that come off the pass there from Preston. Actually hits his shoulder, goes over the back, and then Lockie Galvin obviously makes the error. But I think it would have been called a knock-on off Preston. But they just look like they don't know what to do. They're all single one-out carries as well.
So Canterbury having to defend now as Cronulla wins the scrum. And the tackle made 32 metres out from the goal line there on Puru. Now comes back centre field left. Puru, 20 out from the goal line. He'll get to his feet and comes to the left for Noah Blake. He steps, goes himself, wrapped up 15 metres out from the line, right in front of the northern post. Sharks looking for a second try. Puru goes left to Hines. He turns it back on the inside. Rudolph. He's claimed 8 metres out from the Canterbury Bankstown goal line. Played to Puru. Sends it right to Nico Hines away to Trendall. Floats a pass over the top. Going for the goal line. Mulatalo. We've seen that from him a million times. He dives over in the corner to score. Cronulla Sutherland's over. They lead 10-0. 9 minutes 45 gone. Another error is punished by the Sharkies. 10-0 they lead. The try in his first game of the year to Ronaldo Mulatalo.
Yeah, isn't that a good sign there for the Cronulla Sharks? Ronaldo Mulatalo with the ball in hand, open space and a try line in front of him. He's great to watch. He's a good finisher. But this is a beautiful pass here from Trindle. Sees the outside man come up and in on Jesse Ramian, leaving Ronaldo Mulatalo unmarked. All he has to do is run to the sideline and he gets over for his first try in 2026, and Sharkies looking really sharp at the moment.
To John Gibbs on the touchline.
And they're just bereft of confidence, aren't they? The Bulldogs, well, it's now or never. Tonight is the night. They now are going to have to do something. Something has got to trigger the Dogs, otherwise the Sharks will win this in a landslide. Great work there, great backline work. Good catch in the backline by Will Kennedy. And Ronaldo Mulatalo, this is a really quick comeback from an ACL reconstruction, an ACL injury. He hurt it in the Pacific Championships playing for New Zealand, so he's done a really good job. Normally a left winger. You had left Mulatalo on the right, Katoa, but Sam Stonestreet retains his spot on the left, and right wing Ronaldo Mulatalo. Great finish, really well executed try.
So now the conversion, Jonty, coming up from the eastern touchline from Nico Hines. If this is approved, it has not been yet. Jared Sutton, the referee, is walking about.
Just reviewing contact. Reviewing contact on the try scorer.
Oh, okay. This could be an 8-point try in that case. So if he is struck around the head.
We've cleared all aspects of play in the lead up. We're just looking at the contact by Connor Tracy. He makes direct
he does
contact
too. This will be an 8-point try.
At a reportable level. This will be a potential 8-point try, and on report we have a decision.
So Connor Tracy on report. So what this means is the first shot at goal from Nico Hines will be from the eastern touchline.
It's on report. It's going to be a potential 8-point. They get this kick and then one from in front.
There you go. Jared Sutton just explained it as I was about to Stephen Crichton. So you can't argue with it, Louis. Looking at it, I mean, it's very low to the ground, but he did get him around the chops.
Personally, I don't like it. I understand why it's been awarded that, but he's going to make a tackle. Ronaldo's down really low. He does get him on the chin, understandable, but I don't personally like it, but it is what it is.
It's a modern-day high tackle penalty, isn't it?
Yeah, that is what it is, but that's the rule. That's what's going to happen. He's going to get 2 shots at Nico, but this is a tough kick here, right on the sideline, 25 metres out. Here he goes, lining it up now.
24 metres out, as you say, just in from the eastern touchline. Cronulla Sutherland 10, Canterbury Bankstown 0, so some early drama here in Magic Round. Here he comes, Nico, with the right boot. He strikes it, heading towards the post, and it's across the face, no goal. But he does get redemption. John Gibbs, another shot from right in front.
Yeah, so it's going to be 12-0. Oh, look, it was direct contact to the head, so I see no problem with it. But I just want to point out the ludicrous situation. If that happened, it was Golden Point. We're going to wait after Golden Point, which is the end of the game. We saw it at the 3-point field goal last week. We're going to have a shot at goal by Nico Hines out wide, then he gets this in front. That's ridiculous. That's what they're saying would happen in a Golden Point game.
You know who'd love to hear your thoughts about that? Jared Maxwell. He's available all weekend.
Well, put him on notice.
Here's the goal. Always on notice. 11 out, right in front, Nico Hines. And this time with the penalty addition, kicks the goal. So it is Cronulla Sutherland 12, Canterbury Bankstown 0. Nico Hines 2 from 3. And we've had 11 and a quarter minutes of play. On the text line, 0467 920 222. On the text line, Evening Legends, the highlight of my week, hearing the one and only Mr. Moore and the Odd Couple, and the whole team calling the greatest game on earth. Perth, up Cronulla, and glory to South Sydney from Serial Pest Grimesy. Now, always good to hear from you, Grimesy. Tiger Matt says, is Canterbury's problem Serraldo or Guster's obsession with squad involvement? Yes, either way, one of them has to go. The Dogs have been rubbish since the Galvin signing, and that's the problem since those changes were made. It's Lachlan Galvin who bears the brunt. As now Rudolph from the return gets a high tackle, another penalty to Cronulla Sutherland. So this penalty goes to Cronulla, 10 out from their own line, and the Sharks jumping over Tobias Eric Rudolph like he just scored a 90-metre try.
Well, they're obviously working hard on their attitude and their tonight in their game. The way that they're carrying the ball, they're running 100 miles an hour. Every time someone does something right or wrong, they're all together. So it's just trying to build that sense of belief inside that jersey, and they're doing a good job at the moment.
That was Leo Thompson penalised from the tap. KL Iro, who is in a try-scoring frenzy at the moment. He's caught here 11 short of halfway. 20 in from touch western side. Played to Peru, goes right to Colquhoun. Salmon is there with Hayward and King in defence. A metre or two short of halfway, centre of the field. Ball plays Peru. Goes left to Fanua Blake. Left foot step into the defence, and he's claimed. Tupanua was in there with two others 5 metres in Canterbury's territory, including Thompson and Salmon. Now to the right. Hines to Kennedy. Turns it in Ramian, or is it Nickera? Nickera tackle. 39 out from the Bulldogs line. Picked up quickly Peru. He sends the ball left to Rudolph. And Toby's over the 30-metre line, finally claimed. 25 out. Last tackle here for the Sharks, who lead 12-0. Played. Peru goes right, Trindle. Up goes the kick to the wing of Sua and Mulatalo. Mulatalo with the catch. Got the pass back. They turn it back in the inside. It ends up over the eastern touchline as Nickera couldn't get the ball back from Ramian. Changeover. Canterbury does get the footy, 10 out from their own line. 13 minutes gone. Sharks 12, Bulldogs 0, and they look all over them at the moment, Louis.
Yeah, well, they're making easy meters at the moment. They're running hard. They're running fast, which is great. They're coming up some really nice kicks, but it's their kick chase has been really good too, putting a lot of pressure on the back three of the Bulldogs. And Bulldogs will be smart here. They can't afford an error. Otherwise, I think the Sharks will make them pay again.
Here's Stephen Crichton now for Canterbury. Tackle 22 out from his own line. 20 in from the western touchline. Short side right, Galvin got the pass away to Banua, and he's tackled by Trindle, 11 short of halfway, with help coming in on that occasion from Peru. 5 in from the western touchline. To the left, Galvin away to King. Nice to see Max back, and he's scored 9 short of halfway. Centre field, northern end of Blank Park. Ball played to Hayward. Goes left to Salmon, away to Burton. They're set deep. Tracy links up with Sherry. Dragged to the ground around his ankles, right on halfway or just short of it. And 10 in from the eastern touchline by Mulatalo. On the last, Lockie Galvin beats Peru, then got a kick downfield to Kennedy. Kennedy against Sewer. Up they go. Sewer got his hands to it. Ball spills for Ramian, and the Sharks have it. 23 out from their own goal line. 14 minutes gone. NRL Friday on ABC Sport with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs, and I'm Andrew Moore. 12-0 Cronulla Sutherland leads Canterbury Bankstown to Stone Street. Smashed to the ground by King and Salmon. He plays it, and they work it right edge Cronulla Sutherland. Tackle made here about 34 metres out from the Cronulla line on T. Wilton. They're 12 short of halfway, the Sharkies. Played to Peru. Sends it centre field left to Fanua Blake. Steps into Tupanua and Galvin. And stands to the tackle. About half a metre in Bulldogs territory. Now Peru goes right. Colquhoun got the pass away. Rudolph linked up with Hines. Back to the left he comes to Peru, away to Fanua Blake. He goes back centre field right. Then a big right foot step into King and Co. And he's caught about 37 away from the goal line. Last play, Sharks. Peru goes right. Trindle. Up she goes, the high kick. Mulatalo leading the chase on Sua. Sua never got close to catching that. The ball bounces over the eastern touchline.
We got play the Bulldogs. At this stage, there's play the Bulldogs. They've ruled it no touch.
Okay, so the ball went clean over the touchline. Canterbury ball, 15 out from their own line, although we're going to check it. Here's a challenge.
Okay. Kickers on last tackle, Wyatt. Ruling is no touch over here on the contest. Just need to see if there's a hand by the Bulldogs.
Sua leapt high, Louis, and never looked like catching it.
No, he never looked like catching it, but I tell you what, you want to be confident that he touches it here if you're going up for a challenge, especially this early in it. But
kick chase has been cleared as onside.
Here we go.
It's a genuine contest. The right hand of Jonathan Sua deflects off the ball here. It's touched by him, just looking to see where the ball goes.
So at worst, it's a knock on Canterbury. At worst for Cronulla, it'll be a successful challenge.
Well, actually, it looks like it goes back and then bounces forward. So
either way, it's over the
touch. And now the ball goes into touch. It's off the Bulldogs, so the restart will be a play the ball to Sharks.
It's a play the ball. No, it touches Jonathan. Touches Jonathan.
So it will be a Sharkies ball, 10 out.
That's a good challenge.
Yeah,
they
really
must
good
have been pretty confident. They must have seen what the referee didn't see, and they've come up with a great play. Another full set here now on the Bulldogs line. It's going to be a tough set.
Fanua Blake plays a 10 out. Puru goes right to Hines, turns it into Nickera. And he's forced back 12 metres out from the goal line. Sharks looking for a third try. Already Braden Trindle and Ronaldo Mulatalo have scored. Now comes left to Toby Rudolph, and he's on his back 2 metres out from the goal line. Puru waits a dummy half. He spins it left to Fanua Blake. He charges off the right boot court. 3 out. Great defence to Benua, who then gave him a shove. Set restart Cronulla. Goes to the right. Hines away Nickera. He's tackled 5 out from the Bulldogs goal line. Dummy half is Puru. One-handed pick-up. Sends it left to Jesse Colquhoun. Beautiful tackle in front of the post. 5 metres out from the line by Preston. Puru goes left to Trindle. Links up with Will Kennedy. They got numbers. He dummies goes himself. Easily fooled the defence coming through of Canterbury Bankstown Denari Tuala. It went horribly wrong there for the Bulldogs. Try to William Kennedy, and Cronulla Sutherland after 16 minutes are going at a point a minute. Sharks 16, Canterbury Bankstown 0. A try to Will Kennedy, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, I thought the Sharks had him shot on the play before, but they turned it back in. Really nice work here from the Sharks, and everyone just doing their job. And it was a really nice pass out the back to Trindle. Goes in the line. Looks like he's going to play to Teague Wilt, which sucks in Stephen Crichton, which creates a 3-on-1 overlap. And then you had KL, you had Stone Street, and Will Kay goes, well, you know what, boys? I'm going myself. Goes over as easy as you like. 16-0 kick to come. And you're right, I think the Sharks are ready for a field day.
Touchline, John Gibb.
Yeah, another mistake there, that one by Jonathan Sewer. Just in the lead up to it, I thought it was a little bit strange. Jared Sutton said, well, at this stage, it's a Bulldogs play the ball. Well, they hadn't had a challenge then. Let them work that out themselves. You don't have to tell them and give yourself, you know, a bit of a hedge. But nevertheless, Will Kennedy there, Braden Trindle and his combination. Will Kennedy has been fantastic. Will Kennedy, he's underrated. They've been trying to move him on for the last couple of seasons, the Sharks. I cannot work out why.
Now there's talk of him going to the English Super League next year. Will Kennedy, one of many regular Sharks players off contract at the end of the season. Here's Nico Hines, 23 metres out, 5 in from the western touchline. He's kicked 2 from 3. Here's Nico. He strikes it, heading towards the post. He likes it. He's kicked the goal. He is 3 out of 4. And what about this? Cronulla Sutherland 18, Canterbury Bankstown 0, 17 and a half minutes gone. Now there's time for this to turn around, I understand. If it doesn't, Louis, I think Canterbury's going to become a bigger and bigger story. What the heck has happened to this team since Cameron Ciraldo made all those changes last year?
Yeah, well, I've got no idea what's happened to them, but they're a totally different side to what we've seen back then. And then you think about the game that they played against the Panthers. How did they pull that out? And then all of a sudden, toss-up where they've been tossing up, but they look like they're doing everything one out. They're not working as a group. And even defensively, like seeing Stephen Crichton come up with plays like that, you don't see it. So there's something doing.
So the kick-off, and the Sharks have a 12 out from their own goal line, leading 18-0. And it's Rudolph who plays it, comes right to Stone Street, trapped through Hayward, knocked to the deck on his own 20-metre line. Kirk from Townsville, the Sharks mill blood. Doggies are about to get chomped. Listening whilst packing to fly out to Paris, France on Tuesday. The Sharks jerseys from the David Peachy Andrew Eddingshausen era without the sponsor, says Froggy at the rule, who adds up. You'd be happy at the moment, Froggy, not only with a great trip planned, but with how your Sharkies are going early on here. They have it 3 short of halfway. Last tackle, Hines plays it to Puru, goes right to Trindle, kicks it right on the halfway stripe down to the northeast corner. Tracy under it, catches it. 11 out from his own goal line, returns it into the chase. Puru was in there along with Ramian and Nickera. 18 out from the Canterbury Bankstown line. Now it goes right to Jonathan Sewer. He's going to be caught, 22 out from his own line and 19 in from the eastern touch line. Plays it short side left, they go. On their own 30, Canterbury, looking for something. They've got no spark at all. Sewer knocked to the ground. Great legs tackle there from Ramian. But they give away a set restart in the play the ball. That'll help Canterbury go downtown a little bit. They get to within 2 of halfway. Ball played by Salmon to Hayward. Sends the ball right to Thompson. Leo managed to break free of one tackle. Now caught about 8 metres in Sharks territory. Hayward Sends it left to Galvin. Out the back to Burton. Turns it on the inside, Preston. He's wrapped up by Puru and Nickera. And it's played 34 out from the goal line. To the right, Salmon. Galvin. Nice ball to the Newer. Lovely tackle around the ankles by Trindle. 27 out from the goal line. Hayward. Centre field left to Salmon. Plays out the back to Burton. Puts in a stab kick by Mulatalo. The chase being led by Preston. Mulatalo gets there first and runs it dead. Goal line dropout, Sharks. Maybe the ball back for Canterbury. 19 and a half gone. Cronulla Sutherland 18. Bulldogs 0.
Yeah, well, they finally get a penalty or a set restart, the Bulldogs, and get a little bit of field position. They have not been down this end in the opening 20 minutes. So it's been a really good disciplined 20 minutes from the Sharks. And the Bulldogs, well, they've got to try and turn these now into some points, get back on the board, and give them a little bit of confidence going to this second 20 of the first half.
Short line drop out by Trindle. Great catch, Crichton, 15 out from the line. He had to fly high. Stephen Crichton comes down with it, plays the ball 12 in from the western touchline to Hayward. Goes left to Galvin, then away to Max King. Colhoun's there in defence. Rudolph leaps in over the top. 11 out from the line. Chance here for the Bulldogs, down 18-0. Hayward sends it left to Galvin. Dummies goes himself. Straight into Puru and tackled. 6 metres out from the line. 20 in from touch now, his corner. Hayward goes right, Burton away to Salmon. Salmon stops, drops and straight into Panua Blake. Stands in the tackle, 9 metres out. Played to Hayward, goes right to Galvin. Short ball to Panua. Finding nearly free, but Colhoun held on a metre away. Last tackle, Bulldogs. Hayward dummy half. The long ball goes left to Galvin to Burton. Burton plays out the back to Sherry. Meant for him. Dropped by Suar and he ends up over the eastern touch line. Change over. Sharkies survive. 13 out for their own goal line. 21 gone. Cronulla Sutherland 18. Canterbury Bankstown 0. Gibbsy. The Doggies had nothing.
No,
at the moment.
And seriously, they're fumbling and bumbling. And Lockie Galvin, I feel a little bit sorry for him because he's rock bottom confidence. He doesn't know whether to pass, whether to run. You've got Jacob Preston. I know Kickout's out, but Jacob Preston and Galvin form a dynamic partnership on the right-hand side. Preston's on the left. He's all over the shot block on Galvin. They tried hard there. There was a good catch by Stephen Crichton, but they are just so far off the mark, it's ridiculous.
There's now an offload for Cronulla Sutherland. Takes them up over their 30-metre line. The tackle's made 33 out from their own line on Stone Street. Played to Puru. Hits the deck as he offloads right to Colhoun. He's tackled 5 short of halfway. Cronulla Sutherland with it and leading 18-0. Puru to the right, short side. Hines away to Ramian. Got the pass back to Hines, then wrapping around Mulatalo. Costa's halfway. Tackled 5 metres in Canterbury territory. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Puru. A long ball goes left to Fanua Blake. Short ball to Tobias Eric Rudolph. And he's tackled by Satili Tupanua. 38 out from the line. Last tackle. Short side left to Trindle. Up she goes from 37 metres out the northwest corner. Oh, Tracy let it bounce. It comes off his body straight over the western touchline.
Move to a position, it's Cronulla ball.
So rule to be played out because Tracy moved into position. Look, I've got no sympathy at all, Louis, for the defending team. If you don't try to catch it, stiff bananas.
Yeah, look, to be fair,
But did he play it?
I actually think he gets unlucky here. You got Stone Street going up for it. I reckon he was waiting for him to come down, but was going to make the tackle. The ball made that ugly bounce, bounced into him, and just got unlucky there, Connor Tracy.
So, yeah, well, you're not unlucky if you catch the damn ball, though, eh? That's a fullback's job.
You wouldn't have caught it there.
Catch the football. Well, here's the Sharks 4 out. You're certainly not going to catch it when you don't even try, and that's what Connor Tracy does this year. He doesn't even bother. And now the Sharkies get very close, and they scored. They have.
Puru.
It is Puru who just kept marching forward, and he gets the ball on the goal line. It looked like there was no chance of him scoring a try. Try to Puru, and now after 23 and a half minutes, it's Cronulla Sutherland 22, Canterbury Bankstown 0. A try out of nothing to Puru.
Well, I was about to say, just as I said before, that Puru is dangerous when he runs the ball. We haven't seen him run the ball yet, and that's where the Sharks really look forward to with Rayleigh out there on the field. As soon as I look up there, he is getting a one-on-one with Connor Tracy on the line. Just gets a little dummy half run front, has a bit of a crack, breaks out of 2 tackles, and then just falls out of the tackle, and next thing you know, he's over the line, getting a try on Magic Round for the Cronulla Sharks. 22-0, kick to come with still 16 minutes left on the clock.
Still don't understand how he got it down, Peru, down to you, John Gibbs.
Yeah, and that's his first try at NRL level, so well done to Hefa Peru. He's done a good job there. His 9th game in first grade, been around for quite a while, played the 1 game at Canberra, came to Cronulla, and his 9th game, his first try. So well done, Hefa Peru. What a time to get your first try Magic Round. Now that is 22-0. This will be 24 for Nico. I want you to ponder this. They led 12-4 against the Dolphins. So after he kicks this, Nico, that's 64 unanswered points up here in the last week. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's against Canterbury. Here's Nico Hines for his 1,000 points. He strikes it, likes it, kicks it again. His 4th goal of the night. He's 4 out of 5. And it's Cronulla Sutherland 24, Canterbury Bankstown 0. Louis, there's still 15 and a half to go in the first half.
Yeah, it's ridiculous at the moment, and the Bulldogs better pull their finger out. This is going to be an absolute embarrassment. It's already embarrassing at the moment, but they're doing so many simple things wrong, the Bulldogs. There's no attitude in defence. Their kick chase is lazy. They're not doing the little things at the back there. And again, when it comes to attack, I keep saying it, but they're running one out. You can't do that against the Sharks.
On the text line, Mark says we don't really know how the Sharks go without Braden Brayley. He's never been out, Blake Brayley. No, you're right. And so far, so good. Hi, Andrew, John, Luke. Can't wait to hear the odd couple through Magic Round. Thank you, Dion. Andrew, Louis, Gibbsy. Happy Magic Round. It'll be an interesting one round of footy. And Louis, behave, please, says Craig from Foster, as the Sharkies have it 14 out from their own line. You're shaking your head. You have no interest in behaving. Warren from Blacktown. Sharks by 14. Dolphins by 8. Thanks for the call. Thank you, Warren. Cronulla Sutherland now. Colhoun outside his 20. He plays it. It comes right edge as the Sharkies just motor on downfield. 29 out from their own goal line. Long ball goes right to Fanua Blake over the 30. But he's caught in centre field. 32 out from his own line. Preston came in over the top. And he's told to go back a foot and play at Fanua Blake on the last. Kuru goes right to Nico Hines. It's a very shallow kick downfield. Taken by Su'a. 28 out from his own line. Goes right to Tracy, to Anari Tuala. And he's wrapped up near midfield. 32 out from his own line. Bulldogs with it down 24-0. Galvin goes left to Su'a. What concerns you most about what you've seen from the Doggies here tonight so far, Louis?
They look lost. That's the part that concerns me. They've got no shape. They can't go anywhere but, 1 out carries at the middle of the field. So they're not asking any questions to the Sharks' defence.
Harry Hayes plays at Burton, sends it away left edge. And a bone-jarring tackle is made here on Preston. 3 metres in Cronulla territory. To the right, Galvin. He sends it back on the inside. Harry Hayes caught 10 metres in Sharks territory. Last tackle, Canterbury Bankstown. Haywood goes right. Galvin, the kick from 40 metres out. Down to the southwest corner. Up goes Stone Street with the catch. He's got a 12 out from his own goal line. 24-0 in favour of Cronulla Sutherland. And we've had for 26 and a half minutes here at Shark Park as Magic Round gets underway here on ABC Sport. Tom Hazelton on the field now for Cronulla, the cult figure. Here's Mulatalo, centre field, wrapped up. 28 out from his own goal line by Hayes. Plays the ball to Trindle. He sends it right to Ramian. He's tackled 11 short of halfway. You're with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore on NRL Friday as the Sharks with it to the right edge they go. And on halfway, the tackle made about 20 in from the eastern touchline on Colhoun. Played on the last. Short side right to Nico. Hines a kick straight down the throat of Tracy. 8 metres out from the Canterbury line. Returns it over the 10. Heads to the 20. Great tackle. Brings him down. Great chase by Wilton. 18 out from the goal line. Played to Galvin. Sends it right to Tuala. He's driven back inside the 20. And you've played finally 17 out from his own goal line. And I reckon this game has been encapsulated in those last 2 plays, Louis, the aggression and the commitment of the Sharks' defence.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sharks are doing all the little things pretty well at the moment. And like I said before, they've been disciplined, so they don't have to continue to make tackle after tackle and give away set restarts or penalties. But the Bulldogs, they're not asking too many questions like I keep saying. So easy for the Sharks at the moment.
Galvin on halfway. Plays the ball on the last. It comes left to Burton. And up she goes. Here's one of those towering torpedo punts down for Kennedy. He took it and then gets absolutely cleaned up and lost the ball forward. That is a Matt Burton special. tackle. As long as the contact's fair and legal, that's a knock on Cronulla. And the Canterbury scrum feed, 20 out from the Sharks line. 28 gone. The scoreline in favour of Cronulla, 24-0. And what did you make of the contact by Bronson Sherry?
Well, no, he can't do anything there.
That's fine.
Bronson Sherry does get a knee in the head for his commitment to the ball there, Will Kennedy, but it was just unlucky. It was just the timing of it. He gets the catch on it, but he just can't pull it in as Bronson Sherry makes contact with him, but it was all legal.
So here, 20 out chance for Canterbury Bankstown. They win the scrum and they go right with a move. Matt Burton drew his man off-loaded to Tuala. He got through Stone Street, but he's caught 12 out from the goal line. 5 in from touch western side by Trendle. Now to the left. Galvin away to Kurt Mann, who's come out there. He bounced away from one. Spins in the Puru and Colhoun tackle. 10 metres out, right in front of the southern post. Hayward comes back to the right to Leo Thompson. I'm not sure he's expecting it. He's tackled 3 out from the goal line. Hayward goes to the right. Satelli to Manua. Hard to stop from there, but he is stopped by Wilton. 1 metre away, Canterbury. Hayward goes left to Mann, then away to Galvin. Got a short ball away to Preston, and he storms over to score the try. Canterbury is in. Something for you Doggies fans after 29 and a half minutes. Try to Jacob Preston. Cronulla Sutherland 24. Canterbury Bankstown 4. The kick to come, and maybe Luke Lewis. That gives the Doggies a bit of a lift.
Well, it would definitely give him a lift. Some really nice line run here from Preston. And it was, look, I was thinking that they haven't got anything here going for the Bulldogs. I thought the Sharks had the defence absolutely sorted. They had the numbers over there. But when you got someone who runs a line like this in the back row, Jacob Preston, he's just big, he's strong, he's got good speed. And this is just a beautiful pass here from Lachlan Galvin. Thought he was going to play out in front of him, but pulls it up just enough, commits the defender, plays nice and short, and then goes over untouched. That would be a great feeling there for Preston, not into that space. And here's Crichton now line up the goal right in front.
Yeah, 10 metres out. We'll go down to Jonty after the kick. 24-4. Cronulla Sutherland leads Canterbury Bankstown. 9 minutes 40 to play. Crichton, a left foot kicker. And so important for Canterbury to get on the board and show Sharkies that they're actually here, they're competing. And Jacob Preston, he scores the left edge second rower for the Bulldogs. Here's Crichton from right in front, and he kicks the goal. His first attempt of the night. Cronulla Sutherland 24, Canterbury Bankstown 6. 3 converted tries though, still the margin. 9 minutes 11 seconds left in the half. Down to you, John Gibbs on the touchline.
Well, that was a perfectly executed try there. Good ball, good feigning of the pass to go on the outside that he hit. Jacob Preston charging at an angle short, and that's what they were doing so well when they were successful. But that will give them some relief. They conceded, as I said before, 64 unanswered points. They finally get 6 of their own, and that was after Burton had put up that towering bomb. And I want to give credit to Bronson Sherry, because what he did, he could have killed Will Kennedy just about, but he pulled out of the tackle. That's why there was no contact with the head. But the display by Cronulla has been excellent. I know we've been focusing on the inept display of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, no, you're right. It takes 2 to tango from the kick-off. Canterbury Bankstown return at 11 out from their own line on the text line. Hi, Andrew. Just got home from work, working at a hotel. Just in time to listen to you and gives you Luke from Sharon, who had to go Manly. Yeah, good on you, Shads. They play West Tigers tomorrow. Here's Canterbury with it. Sewer. A dreadful play. The ball, Jonathan Sewer. Knocked on is the ruling. He lost control, and just like that, Canterbury concedes possession, whatever momentum they were gaining, but they are challenging, so let's have a listen.
Okay, White. Couple of challenges from Bulldogs. We're on tackle 2. Bulldogs challenging that the ball is kicked by the Sharks. You can't keep coming towards the ball.
So we'll see.
Well, Sewer was saying that his foot's there, but that's fine. He didn't put his foot into the ruck. He puts the ball on his foot. So I think
See on this angle, the ball's placed in the ruck and Jesse Colhoun is retreating. We're just going to have a look at another angle to see if there's any sideways movement of the foot.
I'm with you, Louis. Even on that first replay, that looks to be all in the hands of the attacking player.
I concur with that.
Well, you're agreeing with yourself.
Yeah.
There's no action by Jesse Colquhoun to kick the ball out of the ruck. The challenge is
It's unsuccessful, mate. He's retreating. There's no action by the defender, so the responsibility is on the ball carrier to play it properly.
That's right, we go. Johnny Gibbs.
Well, it's the correct decision. That's a boneheaded challenge by Jonathan Sewer. He's made a couple of errors, and that was a silly one. You've got to own those. And now they were a chance of, getting some parity on the scoreboard, and now they give Cronulla another golden opportunity. So let's see if Cronulla make them pay again.
8 minutes 30 still to go in the first half. As the Sharks win the scrum, and it comes left edge to Iro. He's wrapped up 12 out from the goal line. Big Daddy's listening in Coffs Harbour, hoping his doggies can get a win. And cheering for South next time. Severy start for Cronulla as Colquhoun hands it off on the inside to Hazelton, and he's wrapped up and shoved back 9 metres out from the Canterbury Bankstown goal line. Played to Puru. He sends it away right to Hines, turns it into Fanilla Blake. He steps into the defence, and he's going to be held on to there by Thompson. 6 out from the line in front of the sticks. Puru goes back to the right to Colquhoun. He's tackled 2 out from the goal line for Cronulla Sutherland. Puru puts in a stab kick, ill-advised, but it bounced straight off the Bulldogs and back to Puru. 6 more tackles, Cronulla 5 metres away. He plays it and they spin it left. Hines away, Trimble. Quick hands to Wilson. Bends away from Hayes. Goes back towards centre field, left to right into Hayward. And he's going to be claimed with help from Thompson. And Tupanua 8 metres out. Puru in centre field. Gets it away to the right. Nico Hines. Track from the line, beats 1-2. Over! Try to Cronulla Sutherland, another one. That's their fifth. A mistake from Jonathan Sewer. And it's costly. Nico Hines took on the line, scores the try. And it's now Cronulla Sutherland 28. Canterbury Bankstown 6. Louis, this is a spanking.
Well, that is the soft. That is so soft, that try there. Good work by Nico Hines. Great vision. Sees a little bit of an opportunity and goes, you know what? I'm not going to try and run around the Bulldogs here. I'm going to do it myself. And he comes up with a simple little play. He gets the ball in 2 hands, comes off his right foot, goes through 2 Bulldogs defenders who pretty much said touch, put their hand up and looked at the referee, but they forgot they're playing tackle. And he goes over and scores a simple try. 28 points to 6. That last try was a beautiful try by the Bulldogs, but the Sharks make them pay straight after they score.
Let's go downstairs. Johnny Gibbs.
A great run there by Nico Hines, but the miss by Bailey Hayward and Connor Tracy was a shocker. Seriously, they did say touch. By the time Jacob Preston got there, it was too late, but it was on the back of another error. Jonathan Sewer now, they're completing, I don't know what that is. I'm guessing. I reckon Cronulla's completing at about 90% and the Bulldogs at about 60%. Things are just going wrong, like the ball bounces, hit Tracy on the leg, goes into touch. Jonathan Sewer, he placed the ball on the player's foot. I mean, what does he think's going to happen? That was bad defence, though, after all.
Yeah, you're not wrong. This is an absolute cakewalk for Cronulla against a team. They've gone from being an excellent team to being really poor in Canterbury. 28-6 to the Sharks. Still 6 minutes left in the half. Billy Moore, by the way, our friend and colleague, creating a stir in front of us. Here comes Nico with the right boot, strikes it, likes it, kicks it again. So a try and 5 goals from 6 attempts. It's 30 points to 6. Cronulla over Canterbury. Yeah, Billy Moore, he's here in his Bears jersey, Louis. He loves producing that during Magic Round. And what he revealed to us last night, because, you know, he's on the board of the Perth Bears, coming into the competition a year from now. And he was saying that for their first home game next year, which they're hoping is in round 1 of the competition, they're going to get a flight that he's going to be a steward with Greg Florimo and David Fair, Gary Larson, all these Bears legends, and they're calling it Bear Force 1. How good is that?
That's pretty cool. I could see him go, here's the exit, doing the old...
Without doubt. Yeah, and getting the oxygen mask from over and parading how you work that exactly as the Sharks, 12 out from their own goal line, have it in centre field, leading 30 points to 6 with 5 minutes 30 to go in this first half that they have dominated. Jaden Beryl is on the field now. He sends a pass away to the right edge, and the tackle comes just inside the Sharks 30-metre line. This is all Cronulla here in the first half. The Magic Round. And the ball played and it comes to the right. Nico Hines, he turns the ball inside to Nickera. He's tackled 10 metres short of halfway. 20 in from touch eastern side. Down the last, short side right to Nico Hines. Drills a kick down to Connor Tracy with a catch. 10 metres out from his own line. Brings it up over the 20. Angled run. And he's nailed. 23 out from his own line. 5 left in the half. Cronulla Sutherland 30, leading Canterbury Bankstown 6. Here's Jonathan Suar. And he's shoved back 24 out from his own line. Plays the ball. Canterbury Bankstown with the Tracy. Tackled on the 30 and offside the Sharkies. So a set restart for Canterbury Bankstown. Hayward. He sends the ball right to Nari Tuala. He scored 11 short of halfway. Played to Hayward. One-handed pickup. Sends it left to Galvin and he's going to be trapped 2 short of halfway. Centre field. Hayward awaits. Comes left to Burton. Takes on the defensive line. Smashed to the ground. Good defence by Hazelton, Beryl as well. And Nickera. Down to the left. Galvin away to Preston. He scored 34 metres out from the line. 15 in from touch eastern side. Hayward on the last. Goes right. Galvin the kick from 35 metres out. Stone Street running in after the ball. They all let it bounce. Vanilla Blake dived out of the way of it. Picked up by Tuala. Puts in a great stab kick. It's in the in-goal area. Scooped up now by Mulatalo. And he returned to 10 out. Make it 12 out from his own line. Sharks back with it, leading 30-6 after 36 minutes. Luke Lewis.
Yeah, nice return there from Renato Mulatalo. Good little read. He knew straight away as soon as that ball bounced, he got in the backfield to help with Will Kennedy and some cover. Gets back into the field of play. And the Sharks, well, they're just got to get back to basics. Hit the halfway kick to that right corner.
I know people talk about the blowouts and what's caused it. Is it this rule? Is it that rule? Is it whatever the heck? I've come down with what it is. And it's the firm of Lewis and Moore.
Yes.
Every game we do is this game.
We haven't bought a close one.
Oh, we did one. One or two, yeah, but not many. Here's the Sharks on halfway. Played and it comes right to Trindle. He gets a shonky looking kick, but it's straight over the head of Connor Tracy. Bounces up for him. 5 out from his own line. Heads towards the 20. Accelerates. Taken by Hazelton over the top. 24 out from the Canterbury goal line. Played to Galvin. Goes left to Sewer. And Jonathan Sewer, the left winger, he's going to be put to the ground. About 15 metres short of halfway. And coming in there to make the tackle was Beryl.
Look at the shape of the Bulldogs. All inside the 20 metres. Look,
there is no shape.
That's ridiculous.
It's a postage stamp job. Here's a set restart for Canterbury. And the only thing that can go against Cronulla here is themselves. If they start to drop off or lack discipline, otherwise this is a really tough night for Canterbury. Galvin turns it into Thompson. And Leo stands in the tackle, about 36 away from the goal line. Held is finally the call. He's put to the ground, played to Hayward, goes right to Galvin, pumps it out the back to Connor Tracy. Tracy turns it back on the inside to Crichton. Crichton shrugs away from 1-2. Still going Crichton, then the ball back to Vanilla, got it back towards centre field, and Canterbury only 12 metres away. That's perhaps their best interchange of passing all night. Galvin plays it, comes to the left through hands, man, got it away to Burton, V1. Wrapped up 3 metres out from the goal line, played to Hayward, fires it away right to Galvin, turns it into Man. Man ducks underneath one tackle of Hines, allowed him to get the pass back to Hayes. He scored 3 out. Last tackle Canterbury, Hayward. Goes centre field right to Galvin, put a little death dink kick. Oh, Swindle. Kennedy made an absolute mess of it, getting in each other's road. They've knocked it on, and it's going to be a goal line dropout for the Sharkies. 90 seconds left in the half. Cronulla 30, Canterbury 6. Touchline, John Gibb.
Well, that was far more up-tempo there, and at least they had Cronulla guessing. They're throwing the ball all over the shop. It was frantic stuff. They do look ordinary in attack. There's no doubt about that. But let's focus on what is at the core of this. Last year, when they were doing good things, making the top 4, they look at that shocker. That line drop out guys straight out so they get an opportunity to hit the ball. But their defence rivaled Penrith. What's happened to it?
Yeah, it is non-existent. Yeah, Brayden Trindle's line drop out straight over the touchline on the full. So the doggies have it. 10 metres out, and it comes left to Kurt Mann. He jinks his way straight into the arms of Hazelton. 11 out from the goal line, and also Fanua Blake. Hayward goes right to Tracy, links up with Stephen Crichton. Great defence from Stone Street and off the wing. Crichton gets the ball away, though, to Anari Tuala. Steps in field and claimed by Trindle. 4 out from the goal line. 21 seconds left in the half. Played to Crichton. Pumps it away left to Hayward. Then away to Galvin. He links up with Thompson, who's claimed 12 metres away. 12 seconds to go first half. 30 points to 6 to Cronulla. Haywood goes right, chip over the top by Gowan. The ball bounces in goal away from a couple and then cleaned up by Trindle, who runs it over the dead ball line. That will end the first half that has been totally dominated by Cronulla Sutherland. They will go into the sheds having scored 5 tries to 1 and leading 30 points to 6. Now the Sharkies points tries to Braden Trindle in the 4th minute, Ronaldo Mulatalo in the 10th, William Kennedy in the 17th. Then we saw a try scored by Hohepi Puru in the 24th minute, Nico Hines in the 33rd. Hines 5 goals from 6 attempts, 2 restarts, 1 successful challenge. For the Bulldogs, their only joy came in the 30th minute, a try to Jacob Preston. Stephen Crichton 1 from 1. Connor Tracy in the 12th minute on report for a high tackle of Mulatalo that led to a potential 8-point try. 3 restarts, 1 unsuccessful challenge. Penalties are 2-0 to Cronulla Sutherland, but it's a cakewalk. Luke Lewis, Sharkies 30 leading the Bulldogs 6.
Yeah, well, the Sharks are doing everything really well. They're running hard, they're fighting quick for the play of the ball, they're kicking in the right corners, and their chase is brilliant, and they've been disciplined. We don't usually see the Sharks being that disciplined, but tonight they have been great. And the Bulldogs, well, they look lost. They got no shape coming out of their own end. They're running one out, they're playing right into the Sharks' arms, and they're really only getting a couple of opportunities if they offer a kick or a drop ball where the Sharks are giving them a chance. But all in all, absolutely dominant half footy there from the Sharks.
Well, John Gibbs on the touchline, he mentioned some potential stats earlier. At halftime, the Sharks have completed at 92%, 23 of their 25 sets. Canterbury at 71%, and the Sharkies therefore have had 55% of the ball.
Yeah, and that tells the tale. Every time they've had an opportunity, the Sharks have scored, and some of them were good pressure by Cronulla. Some of them were just had to be seen to be believed. You know, some of those errors that were being made. But let's focus on the Sharks. They went out there with intent, and when they got the ball, the Bulldogs, obviously Craig Fitzgibbon had set his side a challenge. Well, you've got no Blake Brayley, who does 50 tackles every week. You've got no captain Cam McInnes, who also does, upwards of 50 tackles. So you better lift. And I think all of them have bought in, and they've really had a dig. It's been helped by some really shoddy display, shoddy things happening from the Bulldogs. But all in all, they've played really well, the Sharks. But this is a graveyard, literally a graveyard, Lang Park, for the Bulldogs. Don't worry about tonight. I'm just going through some stats. They've been thrashed here for decades. It's just amazing.
It is
the last 19 starts here at this ground, they've had 2 wins. And I don't know what is Cameron Serrata, what is in there? What am I going to say to this team now? What does he say? I don't know. Louis, help me.
Run hard, get into shape, push up your teammate, have a little bit of ticker. That's what they need.
Now, just to point out one individual stat, Adam Fanua-Blake, 126 metres and 23 tackles. For the Sharkies, who lead the Bulldogs 30 points to 6. You're with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore here on ABC Sport NRL Friday. South and Dolphins are next, but let's right now head to the ABC newsroom.
ABC News with Noni Edwards. Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke has announced the organisation colloquially known as neo-Nazis has been listed as a prohibited hate group. Here's Lexi Junewick from Parliament House.
From what we have gleaned from Mr Burke, it was understood that this group had disbanded in January but had continued to engage in hateful behaviour. And Mr Burke says that on the 22nd of April, so just a few weeks ago, he was advised by ASIO that there was the likelihood that the threshold for this group to be listed as a prohibited hate group had been met. So he outlined as well that this particular group has been known under a range of names, including the National Socialist Network, also the European Australian Movement and White Australia. But it's the same group.
Migrants say it's unfair to blame them for Australia's housing crisis and economic uncertainty. The opposition leader Angus Taylor has used his budget in reply speech to promise to limit migration by tying it to housing supply and to cut welfare for non-citizens. Advocate Eamon Jaffrey says other systemic failures are to blame.
Yeah, the economic uncertainty is here, but then the politicians should tell the truth. What is the reason? Just putting the entire blame on migrants is unfair. And I feel that in this battle of power and money, people have forgotten that we are all humans.
The Federal Health Minister says the doctor and 2 pilots who were on board the hantavirus repatriation flight won't have to quarantine if the 6 passengers return another negative test. After landing in Perth late this morning, the 5 Australians and 1 New Zealander will be tested again with results available in 24 hours. Mark Butler says while some countries have chosen not to mandate any quarantines, Australia is taking no chances.
We have taken the decision to take a stronger approach to quarantine arrangements than that because we are determined to ensure there is no risk at all of any transmission of this virus into the Australian community.
Meanwhile, the president of the Australian Medical Association in WA, Dr. Kyle Hoth, says they'll be monitored closely during their time in isolation.
Donald Trump did give a...
We'll come back to Dr. Kyle Hoth in just a moment. The US president has departed Beijing after another round of talks with his Chinese counterpart, Xi Jinping. China correspondent Alison Horn has more.
Donald Trump did give a little bit more information of what the two had reportedly talked about. He said that he and Xi agreed on many issues, but he pointed out the topic of Iran as a particular area that he and the Chinese president spoke on. He said he and President Xi agreed that the war should end, that the Strait of Hormuz should be reopened, and that the pair didn't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. Now, Chinese state media has not responded to what Donald Trump has said.
Large crowds of ultra-nationalist Jews have marched through Jerusalem's Old City chanting racist slogans towards Palestinians. The annual procession held on what Israel calls Jerusalem Day is often marred by violence and marks the capture of Jerusalem's Old City. Marchers could be heard chanting death to Arabs and may your villages burn as they moved through Palestinian areas of the Old City. The young, mostly male group did their chanting under the eye of Israeli police who had barred off parts of the plaza for journalists to cover the event safely. A new study shows the use of antidepressants while pregnant does not raise a child's risk for developmental disorders such as autism, contradicting a previous statement by US Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy. It analysed more than 25 million pregnancies, and the data found that children of mothers who took antidepressants in pregnancy were slightly more likely to be diagnosed with autism or ADHD. But the associations become significantly weaker or statistically insignificant after accounting for the mother's mental health, family history, and genetics. You're now up to date with the very latest from ABC News. For more news at any time, you can head to ABC Listen or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bet you didn't know we're the world's biggest gamblers.
Totally crippled my life.
Bingo!
I'm finding out why and if we really are the lucky country. Join me, Sean McAuliffe, Going for Broke.
Starts Tuesday, May 19 on ABC TV and ABC iView.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
It's Magic Round.
Last tackle, ball played by Nickra, comes to the right, threw away to Nico Hines, towering kick on a Tracy, doesn't manage to get there, it's caught by Trindle, pass knocked down by Canterbury, and it's finished off by Cronulla Sutherland. Trindle, Kennedy got it, flick pass back, touched by Preston, and the try scored by Braden Trindle. First blood goes to Cronulla Sutherland. Rudolph, he's claimed 8 metres out from the Canterbury Bankstown goal line. Played to Furu, sends it right to Nico Hines, away to Trindle. Floats a pass over the top, going for the goal line, Mulatalo. We've seen that from him a million times. He dives over in the corner to score. Furu goes left to Trindle, links up with Will Kennedy. They got numbers, he dummies goes himself. Easily fooled the defence coming through of Canterbury Bankstown's Anari Tuala. It went horribly wrong there for the Bulldogs. Try to William Kennedy, and Cronulla Sutherland after 16 minutes are going at a point a minute, 1 metre away. Canterbury, Hayward goes left to Mann, then away to Galvin, got a short ball away to Preston, and he storms over to score the try. Canterbury is in. Sutton open, clear doggies fans. Buru in centre field. Gets it away to the right. Nico on. Take on the line, beats 1-2. Over. Try to Cronulla, Sutherland, another one.
The 2026 NRL Premiership.
It's Magic Round on your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio.
And ABC Listen.
Boy, don't Canterbury Bankstown need some magic. They're down 30-6, totally outplayed by Cronulla, Sutherland. Luke Lewis, John Gibbs, and I'm Andrew Moore. Then at South Sydney and the Dolphins here at Lang Park. Quentin Hull and I are dressed as normal civilians, but we are surrounded in retro land. We've got our man of sound, Dennis Carnahan, wearing a 1987 Canberra Raiders Grand Final style jersey, and Billy Moore is in his North Sydney jersey that you wore on the field. To preview the action, Q and Retro Billy.
We almost need live reports of all of these jerseys around the joint. It's a part of the fun of Magic Round. Do you reckon we've got the best game of the night, Billy? Souths versus Dolphins next. We did the game in round 1, 12 tries, 70 points.
Yep.
And we sort of thought, okay, Souths have got some of their players back after an injury-ravaged 2025, but they've now proved that their best footy is among the better footy that we've seen so far this season. We expected the Dolphins to have a really good year, yet Flegler, Gilbert, a bit slow getting back into footy again. A few injuries around key players. Jeremy Marshall-King missed the start of the season, but now we've got a Dolphins team that's won back-to-back games, coming up against the Souths team in the top 4. As far as the team news is concerned, Latrell Mitchell is back for Souths after he missed that win over the Sharks last week with a back complaint. No Alex Johnston, of course, is out with that knee injury, the record try scorer. The Dolphins have stuck with Max Plath starting at hooker and Jeremy Marshall-King on the bench, but Felice Kafusi will start in the front row because Frank Molo is out with an ankle injury. It's magic being here in more ways than one, Billy, but this is one of the marquee games of Magic Round.
G'day, Q, and hello to our wonderful listeners. This is a ripper. It's fantastic. It's 4v9. To me, Souths are one of the surprise packets of 2026. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I thought Father Time had the better of that squad, but they've wound the clock back. Under Wayne Bennett, they've found that magic dust again. Latrell Mitchell's leading that charge. For me, the Dolphins, you're right, they were underachieving, but back-to-back wins. I like that. Marshall King back's the key for me. A very, very good 9, settles the whole squad. Cody can bring it back at 6. That helps Isaiah Katoa, Q. So I'm expecting it to be one of the highlight games of the weekend. It'll be a ripper. It'll be exciting. They will not die wondering. This ball will move laterally across the field, side to side, and it will not relent.
Question though, Maury, ×2, is, Billy, are there more tries scored this weekend than selfies you've been asked for? How's the selfie count today?
It's on fire!
That's not even close, Q. That's a rhetorical question, surely.
It's great. You know what I love about this year is the jersey I'm wearing. I wore this in the 1989 reserve grade winning side when I was 18. It's now relevant. We're back, baby. Bears Force One's
Bears Force One, yeah!
And the teenage Billy Moore, while his teammates went and had a drink after the grand final, he loved footy so much that he played in the grand final, thought something's a bit special. I'm going to stick around and watch one Chicka Ferguson send Canberra and Balmain into beyond 80 minutes of rugby league immortality on that day at the footy stadium.
Steve Jackson.
Just got a tingle. I went back in and I watched with my mum. God rest her soul. I watched the greatest grand final of all time. And then I got in the taxi and went to the Leagues Club, obviously, and celebrated. But I watched one of the great games of all time. But this is magic round. The memories come flooding back.
That reserve grade grand final, did Jacko play in that, Peter Jackson?
No.
Was that a later one?
He came later on. Yes, he played in, we got in 89, 91, 92.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right, Billy, get out. Get out. Mate, there's a queue of about 800 here for your selfie, Billy. And if you're anything like me, Q, you'll be the one asked to take the photos. So enjoy. Looking for that next, or forward to that next, South Sydney and the Dolphins here at Lang Park. Teams back on the field for the second half. 30 points to 6 in favour of Cronulla Sutherland. And as Gibbsy asked the question almost on bended knee, what can Canterbury do here in this second half? Because their season is crumbling by the wayside. Their fans, judging by the text we're receiving, are very unhappy with how this has progressed for them in a downhill manner, not just this year, but at the end of last year as well. So the kickoff coming from the Sharks. Luke Lewis back rejoins me in the broadcast box. John Gibbs down on the touchline, and Braden Trindle to get us underway, and he kicks it off down to the southern end of the ground. The catch taken by Burton, 2 out from his own line. He gives it away to Harry Hayes, and he's going to be caught 12 out from his own goal line. He'll play the ball to Bailey Hayward. He sends it right to Jonathan Suar, and he's scored 19 out for the Canterbury line. And I assume Luke Lewis, we find out very early, that was nearly forward out of dummy half from Hayward to Burton. Play on as he scored 28 out from his own line. We find out very early what sort of a message the Doggies received.
Yeah, absolutely. The Dogs have to come out firing here. They've got to be squeaky clean for 40 minutes, and they've got to pretty much play their best type of footy that they've played for the last 5 or 6 weeks.
Here's Lockie Galvin kicking into open space. Down to the Norris corner, backspin on it. In the end, Stone Street comes away with it, and he's collared almost instantly by Tupanua. 22 out from his own goal line. Plays the ball to Kennedy. He sends it open side right to Kale Iro. He's tackled. 28 out from his own goal line. 20 in from the eastern touch line. Only 50 seconds gone in this second half, and it's 30 points to 6 in favour of Cronulla Sutherland. The Sharkies, Beryl, he sends it away to the right edge as Cronulla gets to within 10 metres of halfway. Ball played now by Mulatalo. Comes centre field left as Cronulla work it again, just short of halfway. The tackle made and it's played to the right. Trindle with a kick. Puts boot the ball, floats it down to Jonathan Suar with a catch. 12 out from his own line, brings it back towards the 20, claimed by Nickera and Hazelton, and he'll play it 20 metres in from touch on the western side. Billy Burns, 2 out there for the Sharkies, making this tackle as Canterbury 25 out from their own line, 30 points to 6 to the Sharkies. And a minute 45 gone in this second half. Can Canterbury at least make this a second half contest? Hayward goes left, Burton away to Preston. He's one who can hold his head up for the most part, Preston. And here he's driven back. 37 out from his own line and 15 in from touch on the western side. Hayward. He works it away right edge again as Canterbury 5 short of halfway. Played by Tracy to Hayward. Goes right to Galvin. A midfield bomb from Lockie Galvin. Coming in for it, Stone Street against Crichton. Great catch, Stone Street. Put to the ground by Tupanua. 32 out from his own line. 30 points to 6 Sharks. Down to the touchline, Johnny Gibbs.
Yeah, a little bit of rain has just started to fall, which is not going to be good. Now, I can report from the Bulldogs dressing room that Cameron Serrato was calm. He wasn't delivering a eulogy. He was saying, boys, I know the effort's there. We've got to compete, particularly chasing the kicks on both sides of the field. So he was quite upbeat. I suppose what else could he be? There's a 6 again to the Sharks.
Yeah, 10 metres in Canterbury's territory they go, Gibbsy, as now the ball's played centre field. Out of dummy half barrel, turns it on the inside, Trindle. He's over the 30, tackled 28 out, and there's a penalty. Going to Cronulla, and Jared Sutton rushing back over the 30.
Late contact, Jaden Beryl.
Might have been by Bailey Hayward. So a penalty goes to the Sharks. They have received the only 3 penalties of the game. It is 30 points to 6. What do you do here, Louis? They're going to...
30 points to 6. I'll just keep attacking.
Yeah, they're going to. Trindle finds touch on the eastern side. Do you concur with that one, John Gibbs?
No, I don't. 4 converted tries and 2. It'll be handy at this stage.
Hero takes the tap. Comes open side right to Teague Wilson.
Boring, Gibbsy, boring.
Tackled 13 metres out from the line. Plays the ball now. They swing it to the right. Nico Hines away. Comes away to Hazelton. Hazelton is caught. 7 out from the goal line by Leo Thompson. Play to Jaden Beryl. Short ball left to Billy Burns. He's only a metre away. Held up by Hayward. Tried to free the arms in front of the sticks. And a leg was raised by Hayward. It's a penalty to Cronulla.
Now you take the 2.
Right in front. Nico Hines shows 2 points. Raised 2 fingers to the bench. They obviously nod. and they are going to take the two from right in front.
Yeah, because they're too close. They're inside the 10-metre zone. It's hard to attack from. So this is a perfect place to take the 2 points because it just puts too much pressure on your attack. So smart play. That's a smart play.
Happy now, Jonty?
There's no difference. The other one was a gimme. You can walk the ball back and tap it where they have to stay in the
It's
mark.
harder to attack in that zone.
But you walk the ball back.
Yeah, but it's easier for them to get up. This is a smarter decision to take it from there.
That's why you won't be the captain in my side.
I would have played for you, to be fair.
Well, you can't have a coach where you're stealing his phone. Here's Nico Hines right in front, 10 metres out. I knew Johnny was in trouble from you as soon as you called him Groover. Here's Nico Hines, 30 points to 6 to Cronulla Sutherland. 5 gone second half, and Nico from in front kicks the goal. And he's now 6 out of 7, 32 points to 6 in favour of the Sharks.
But I would love to play against Gibbsy too.
I know you'd love to play against him. And Jonty, I'll tell you what, Jonty, his day, you'd like to go up against Louis too, wouldn't you?
My shoulder.
Loving what I'm seeing from the Sharks. Their discipline is much improved. My kids, Elliot and Amelia, would love if you give them a shout out, says Woodley from Wagga. Happy to. Hello, Elliot. Hello, Amelia. I hope you're enjoying the footy. Guys, Canterbury pass accuracy is terrible. 3 times in good ball attacking position. The opportunity was lost because the receiver had to check their run or stand still and wait because the pass was not out in front. Hard to watch. Yeah, good point there from Gus listening in Bega. Plenty of tries this weekend. Congrats to all teams, especially my ABC NRL Sports family. Thank you, Ants. Nice to hear from you. Here's the Sharks. 12 out for their own line. Remember, it was Cameron Serraldo and Phil Gould who decided Reid Marnie wasn't good enough for this team, and Bailey Hayward, who I don't think's anywhere near the hooker Reid Marnie is, has been in there, and I don't know how natural a position it is for Bailey Hayward. As Cronulla inside their 30 for Noah Blake, plays at the barrel, goes left, burns away Hazelton, wrapped up 12 short of halfway. Cronulla Sutherland 32, Canterbury Bankstown 6, 6 minutes 30 gone. Trindle from inside the 40, puts boot the ball down to the southwest corner. Ball takes a wicked turn for Connor Tracy, who gets back for it, 15 out from his own line, beats Ramian, and now put to the ground, 19 out from his own goal line. Plays it as up the centre goes Burt. Did he get a high shot? No, just a heavy shot. 28 out from his own line, played, or Sherry nearly threw it away. Sewer, good hands. The catch 30 out from his own line, 20 in from touch western side, played the man. Goes centre field right as Canterbury Bankstown have it now. 13 short of halfway, Nari Tuala plays the ball to man. Sends it left edge this time to the support player Salmon. He scored 5 short of halfway on the last kick downfield by Galvin. Midfield bomb down to the left wing. Stone Street the catch, and then he's nailed by Crichton. 28 out from his own goal line. 7 minutes 15 gone second half. Sharks 32, Bulldogs 6. The ball played, and they come from left to right this time. Cronulla Sutherland. Tackle made just outside the 30 on Iro. Plays the ball, Trindle. Works it right, Mulatalo. He scored 11 short of halfway. Beryl out of dummy half. Goes left to Kennedy. Thrashed to the ground by Tupanua. 2 short of halfway. Mann was involved also. Short side left, Trindle turns it back on the inside of Nickera. He scored 4 metres in Canterbury's half. Last play, they work it right. Kick by Trindle. Down the throat of Tracy by the looks. He's under it, takes it on the 10-metre line, returns it into the chase, and he's knocked to the deck. 15 out from his own line. It remains Sharks 32, Bulldogs 6, 8 gone second half. Luke Lewis.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of space starting to present itself to the Cronulla Sharks, especially their left edge attack. If they continue to come out of their own end and shift to that left side, they keep getting to 3 or 4 on 2 opportunities. So I'm assuming they're starting to see that. Hopefully they're starting to take those chances.
Crowd being well up over 40,000 now here at Lang Park, about 45,000 I'd reckon. Bulldogs on their own 30 from dummy half. Man throws the pass to the right. There's a big hit coming from Fanua Blake. Cross ball by Salmon. And it's going to be a Cronulla Sutherland scrum feed. Remember, Canterbury lost rather half-heartedly its challenge in the first half. So a Shark scrum feed, 9 metres in Canterbury territory, almost 9 gone in the half. Canterbury and Cronulla with the Sharks up by 32 points to 6. Also on the text line, the Dogs have scored 12 points in each of their last 3 games. Game over after 17 minutes when Kennedy scored the Sharks' third try. Clueless player retention and hiring Adam O'Brien as attacking coach. The Fairtingham deserve all the pain they're going through. Mark says, why did Gibbsy tip the Dogs if he knew the stats he mentioned with a lol? Jonty?
Because the more you lose, the closer you are to winning one, and I thought they had to be desperate. So no real logic there.
He's tipping the Dragons too because he thinks they're getting closer to win.
Here's Cronulla, 5 metres in Canterbury Bankstown territory. CSC Vitalakai comes onto the field for the Sharks, and he's got the hit up. Has he got rid of his mane of hair, Talakai? No, he's still got it. 40 metres out from the Canterbury line. Sharks send it right to Vanilla Blake. He's surrounded 36 metres away from the goal line for the Sharks. Play to Beryl, goes to his left Trindle, turns it back on the inside, and now Talakai is caught 28 metres out. Last tackle for Cronulla. Play to Beryl, goes left to Trindle. Up goes the kick on retreat, Connor Tracy. Now he comes forward, ball goes loose, got away from Nico Hines. Back in the hands of Tracy. He'll be play on for Canterbury. Knock on Cronulla. Regathered by Tracy's, but it means they'll get the ball 10 out from their own line instead of 5. Half an hour to go. Cronulla Sutherland 32, Canterbury Bankstown 6. And I just feel there's not much sting in the game at the moment, Louis.
No, there's not. There's been a little bit stop-start. There's not a whole lot doing at the moment, but the Sharks are still on top. They're still dominating field position, and they've been good with their discipline. The Bulldogs have got to start chancing their arm. They've got to play a little bit more football than just one-out runs at the middle of the field. Start shifting the ball out their own end, get the ball to their quick men out wide, and see if they can start to ask some more questions.
Canterbury go right, Galvin through hands away, pass from Crichton to Anari Tuala, down the eastern touchline, easily got through Trindle, down tackle though, 9 metres in Cronulla's territory, played to Crichton, sends it left to Galvin, turns it into Tupanua, wrapped up 30 out from the goal line, and on to Boo, Jack Underhill on the field for Canterbury. On the short side right, the kick from Galvin on the last. Coming down 10 metres out for Kennedy, he drops it straight into the hands of Stephen Crichton. He beats one, goes himself, tackled only 1 metre out. Gee, Kennedy would like that all over again. They've got numbers to the left, Canterbury. They go that way, long ball to Burton. Burton away through hands, Sherry. Sherry beats 1, beats 2, still going Sherry after getting through Kennedy. Now taken 8 metres out from the line. Plays the ball to Preston, goes right to Burton, takes on the defence, again beat Nickera. Tackle 3 out from the goal line for Canterbury. Mann sends it centre field right, they're only a metre away. Sharks defence holds firm. Played by Hayes, goes to the right, Galvin away. Long cut-out pass over the top of Nari Tuala, steps in field. And taken 5 metres out from the line. Plays in the corner to Crichton. Comes left to Galvin, stab kicking goal, diamond and missed by Cronulla. Then into the awaiting arms of Billy Burns, and the Sharks survive. 4 out from their own goal line, 12 gone second half. Cronulla Sutherland 32, Canterbury Bankstown 6, touchline John Gibbs.
Yeah, good defence there by the Sharks because they had a fair bit of ball there, few opportunities for Bulldogs, and you would notice that Kurt Mann is performing dummy half duties because Bailey Hayward is having an elbow strap. Jack Underhill, big motor, he's 22 years of age. He's a Sunshine Coast junior. He was a man of the match a couple of years ago in a Jersey Flegg grand final win, and also I believe the politest Swedish young man you'd ever meet.
All right, thank you very much, Jonty. Is now the Sharks have it. 25 out from their own goal line. Beryl goes to his right, kick downfield from Nico Hines, straight down the throat of Tracy. 25 out from his own line. Returns it over the 30 and over the 40 into the chase of Beryl and Ramey, and 4 short of halfway for Canterbury. Around the grounds, full time in the Super Rugby. Waikato Chiefs thrashing the Otago Highlanders 42-12. You with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore. NRL Friday here on ABC Sport. Galvin goes right to Tupanua. He's tackled 38 out from the Sharks line and 20 in from the eastern touchline. 32 points to 6 to Cronulla Sutherland. Canterbury come to the left. Galvin double pumps it, then steps. Goes back to the right side to Tracy. Cut out ball to Crichton. Stephen Crichton's going to be wrapped up, 29 out from his own line and 5 in from touch on the eastern side of Lang Park in Brisbane. Ball played to Tuala, goes left to Galvin. Nothing crisp about this passing. Our earlier text message was right. Now it's Hayes centre field court, 24 out. Played on the last of man. Goes left, 7 away to Burton. Bodies in motion to Galvin. Galvin stops, get away from a terrible tackle attempt by Nico Hines. Then got the pass away to Burton, puts up a towering kick, which is a shocker. Cronulla's players, Hero and Stone Street, crash into each other, but Stone Street the catch in the in-goal area. 20-metre tap, 7 tackle sets. Stone Street sets off, scored 14 short of halfway. Canterbury couldn't get out of each other's road on the last there, Louis.
That was a horrible attack from the Bulldogs. I don't know what they're doing at the moment, but I've got to give credit to the Sharks too. They're pretty tired. They're out on their feet at the moment, but they kept scrambling really well to turn the Bulldogs away. But yeah, I don't know. The Bulldogs, for me, their attack, they wouldn't beat an under-21s team at the moment.
Here's Ramian, tackle on halfway. Not sure about that, but we'll see. Up the middle, it's Colhoun. Caught 6 metres in Canterbury Bankstown territory. Now it comes left to Talakai. He loses the ball, dived on by Tubanua. And the Bulldogs have it 12 metres short of halfway. A reminder that tomorrow we're on air from 2 p.m. We're going to be doing an outside broadcast for the pre-game show. What's happened here?
Yeah, I know that, mate. I was concerned about how you came out of the contact.
It's Gerard Sutton talking to Jack Underhill, and the trainer's out there now, and Canterbury still has a 10 short of halfway. Yes, we're on here from 2 p.m. Live at the Southern Forecourt. Myself, Louis and John Gibbs. Then at 3 o'clock inside the ground we go to Quentin Hull, Billy Moore and Zane Bojack to kick us off for the Super Saturday with the first of 3 games, West Tigers and Manly. Gibbsy, Louis and I calling Roosters v Cowboys, and then back to Q, Clinton Schafowski and Zano for Parramatta and Melbourne. So now Canterbury Bankstown with it, 39 out from the line. Good run by Jamin Salmon. Plays the ball centre field to man. Goes right to Galvin, turns it into Tubanua. He scored 30 out from the goal line and 20 in from touch on the eastern side. Plays it. They spin it away left to Salmon. He dummies goes himself. But the defence of Talakai, Colhoun and one other Burns is there. 16 out from the line. Couple of tackles left for Canterbury. To the left, Galvin. Short ball, Preston. Hines, one of 3 defenders there. Along with Mulatalo went off the wing. 10 out, 15 in from touch northwest corner. Short side left on the last Burton, and it was a forward pass. Canterbury clunky again. 24 and a half left. Sharks 32, Bulldogs 6, and that John Gibbs unfolded right in front of you.
Yeah, and look, he's complaining about Matt Burton, but it was probably line ball, but I think it probably did go forward originally. They tried to do something a bit different. Matt Burton frustrated with the touch. Jack Underhill, he certainly got his head in the wrong spot there where he tackled Talakai. But anyway, there's no further intervention from the bunker about his health. And Adam Fanua-Blake skippering the side tonight. His first in 54 minutes, 152 metres he's run and 28 tackles. A good effort.
Yeah, he's been enormous, hasn't he, Jonty? Here's Colhoun for Cronulla. Caught 28 out from his own line. Stack of text to get to as well. Beryl hands it off on the inside. Talakai centre field. Taken by Man over the top with Salmon. 9 short of halfway. Plays it. Beryl out of dummy half. Turns it back on the inside to Nickera. Nickera encroaches into Canterbury Bankstown territory. Caught 2 metres in the Bulldogs half. Played on the last. Beryl goes right to Trindle. The kick from 46 metres out down to Tracy. Barely has to move. With the catch. 7 out from his own line. Runs into the chase of Colhoun and Burns. He'll play at 15 out from his own goal line. Team great call, a 60-metre drive home from Sydney to Taree. Classic comment from Louis. They touched him and looked at the ref, but they weren't playing touch. What a cracker. Can't help think the Dogs are paying the price for blatant greed last year when they're best team in the comp, and they wanted it to be better and wanted Galvin at all costs, and neither of those things needed to happen. That's from Chris at Taree. Safe travels, Chris, as now it's Canterbury Bankstown on their own 20. Sewer. He plays it. Galvin goes right to Tupanua. He's trying hard for the Bulldogs on that right edge. Caught 29 out from his own line. Some short side right to Stephen Crichton. Good tackle coming across by Talakai. 8 short of halfway. Last play. Galvin sends it left to Burton. Up she goes. It's a spiral. Not the tightest you've ever seen. Oh, gee. Mulatalo didn't even bother. He almost ran away from it. It bounces fortuitously to Kennedy. Kennedy beats one. Dragged to the ground now by the chase of Hayward. 15 short of halfway. Cronulla bring it over the 40. Luke Lewis leading 32-6 with 22 to go.
Yeah, they're doing a good job at the moment, the Sharks, except for that last. They probably should have caught that ball in the fall. But I'm just watching Jaden Brells off the ball at the moment. The poor bugger just getting used to first-grade speed. He's out on his feet at the moment, so wouldn't surprise me if they do a quick change of him very shortly.
Here's a good run by Colhoun. He stands in the tackle, 7 metres in Canterbury's half. Now left to Billy Byrne, centre of the field, and he's wrapped up. 36 out from the Canterbury Bankstown goal line. Played. Beryl goes right to Trindle. The up and under. Kennedy coming through on Tracy. Up they go. Tracy the catch. Cheeks him through a wicked pass. Good hand by Sewer, who's wrapped up instantly. 6 out from his own line. 21 minutes 30 to play here on this Friday night at Lang Park. So Cronulla leading 32-6, and they've led by 30-6 at half time. And Canterbury go left side to Sewer. He's tackled, 17 out from his own line. Next, South Sydney and the Dolphins. You'll hear that with Quentin Hull, Billy Moore and Zane Bojak here on ABC Sport. Here's an offload. Hayward away to Tracy. He's over the 30, caught 33 out from his own line for Canterbury Bankstown. Played to Hayward, goes right, Salmon, Galvin, cut out ball to Crichton, Stone Street in no man's land. Then away to an unmarked Denari Tuala, they must score. Comes back on the inside to Crichton and he races away for a long distance try. Stephen Crichton finishes it off for Canterbury Bankstown. 19 minutes 30 gone second half. Cronulla Sutherland 32. Bulldogs 10. Kick to come. Great try. Finished off by Crichton.
Well, finally, coming to their own end, they see a little bit of an opportunity and they take it. A little bit of nice skill execution in their own half. A quick little pass out to, is that Stephen Crichton? Quick little tip on to Anari Tuala. And then all of a sudden, they're in the backfield 2-on-1 with the fullback and Will Kennedy. They get that pass right and he betters the position, goes under the post. But that's what they've got to do, the Bulldogs. They've got to chance their arm. They've got to ask a few more questions. And it's the first time they've did it in this game. And they come up with some points. Good work, the Doggies.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, that was a good try. That was an execution like you would expect if you want to get points. And it was, again, Lachlan Galvin was also on the inside there delivering of that pass. And he was out wide. There's no doubt he plays better when he's out wide. He's got a little bit of air. When he's in close quarters, he's not as effective. But that was well executed. Probably too little too late, but at least they've got somewhere to start.
So this is Matt Burton taking the conversion. And Burton right in front, 10 metres out, kicks the goal.
Can they?
What?
20 points in 20 minutes.
No. Cronulla Sutherland 32, Canterbury Bankstown 12.
Write them off.
20 minutes gone, 20 minutes left, second half. Yes, I am.
And 20 points to go.
And you?
Yeah, I'd write them off too, but I'd like to see it. I'd like to see him score 20 in 9 and
Oh, it'd be stunning to watch. I don't think they're good enough though, Lewis.
No, I concur.
Do you want me to call it?
Yes, I do.
I know you do, because then you'd really want a comeback. Cronulla, this worries me, Louis, just some body language. Cronulla taking forever to get back to halfway.
Yeah, well, like I was saying, a couple of their middles look really, really tired. I'll be making a change with Beryl at the moment. He's gone. His legs are absolutely cooked for Jaden Beryl.
Just pointing out to Billy Moore, another North City Bears jersey in front of us. I wonder if he'll be trying to get onto Bear Force 1. Here's the kickoff. And the Canterbury Bankstown return a 10 out from their own line. 32 points to 12 in favour of Cronulla Sutherland over Canterbury Bankstown. As the Bulldogs work it left to Jonathan Sewer, wrapped up, 12 out from his own line. Held is the call from Gerard Sutton.
Yeah, Jacob, tackle 2.
Got to play it again.
Go, 2.
Does so to Hayward, goes right to Underhill. And Jack Underhill on debut. Forced across field by Tobias Eric Rudolph. Caught 22 metres out from the line. Now they work it right to Salmon. He's caught on his own 30. Managed to beat one. And then, in fact, gets up to go again. And has to go back and play it as well. Bit of push and shove between Salmon and Beryl. Now Hayward. Works it right to Tracy, takes on the defence, caught 10 short of halfway. Last tackle here for Canterbury Bankstown. Hayward goes left to Burton, the kick from inside the 40. Here's one of the Burton specials. A torpo down to Mulatalo, can't get within a bull's roar of it, but the ball bounces past Kennedy and over the dead ball line into the stand. That was a mighty kick, but a bit too mighty. 20-metre tap for Cronulla Sutherland, 7 tackles set. 32-12, Sharks lead Bulldogs with 18 to go.
Yeah, it's funny when you watch the back three when he puts those kind of kicks up. They all get scared straight away from where the ball's going to land. It's spiralling, it's floating. There's a heap of movement on it. And the bounce of that football just got lucky there for the Sharks as they kept running over the dead ball line. But I'll tell you, he's got to keep rolling them up, Matty Bird.
Beryl goes left, Rudolph. Scored 3 short of halfway. You know how it's a pet hate of mine, fullbacks and wingers not trying to catch the footy. I don't blame them for those kicks. You're right, he's got to be a scaredy cat because it's either a finger break or you're going to embarrass yourself. Beryl out of dummy half, sends the ball left, and Cronulla with a Colhoun tackle. 36 out from the Canterbury Bankstown line. Now Beryl to the right, Nico Hines. Fends away from Bailey Hayward, straightens over the 30. Wrapped up 27 out from the line by Hayes. Last tackle. Comes to the left. Trindle kicked from 22 metres out. Stone Street in pursuit. Up they go, crashing into each other. Tracy and Tuala. Canterbury have a Tuala 6 out from his own line as he's tackled by Teague Wilton. It's played. They go left to Crichton. He's scored 13 out from his own line. 17 minutes left. Sharks 32, Bulldogs 12. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, they've got to score and score quickly. They've got to take some opportunities. They've got to just throw the ball about because there's still too much one-out running. They're spreading it now, which is good, but nothing really is happening. No one is taking a dig. And those bombs, seriously, I reckon Mulatalo is taking the option of not dropping it and hoping it bounces right.
Now, Jonty, are you still paying attention or are you chatting to Zane Botak down there?
No, we were having a little discussion about a couple of things, but it was football related.
I understand it would be. Here's the kick downfield, caught by Stone Street. 15 out from his own line. Zano will be bursting to get on the radio with Q and Billy for South and the Dolphins. That's the next game coming up here on ABC Sport. As now Cronulla on its own 30-metre line. It comes right to Mulatalo as Puru back on the field for the Sharkies. They're starting hooker tonight. And Max King is pacing for Canterbury, wanting to get back out there as well. Sharks 5 short of halfway, leading 32-12. 16 minutes to go here in Magic Round. Wilton, he's caught a metre in Canterbury Bankstown territory. Oh, Puru, one-handed pickup, goes to the left, Trindle away to Kennedy. And he straightens into the defence, taken there by Tupanua and Galvin. 38 out from the Canterbury line. They work it right to Trindle for the kick on the last from 35 metres out. Down to Tracy. Tracy in the leaping catch. 12 out from his own line. 32-12 to the Sharks. There's something for Canterbury here, Louis. In regards to their defence, Cronulla has not looked like scoring in this second half. Obviously leading heavily at half-time, 30-6.
Yeah, I feel like the Sharks have definitely shut up shop a little bit. They're not even chancing their arm. They're not throwing any football at them. But I'm assuming they just want to get through their sets. They're happy with the scoreboard at the moment and kick in the corners and just defend it and wait for the Bulldogs to make errors in their own end. But the Bulldogs are doing a good job coming out of their own end. They're just not asking any questions. But this would definitely help the Bulldogs cause here. Penalty 30 metres out from their own line.
Against Colhoun in the play the ball, and that is Louis. Canterbury's first penalty of the game. Burton finds touch western side. Oh, that's a good kick. 31 metres out from the Cronulla line. Wow. What a kick. Touch charges flag is up, which reminds me about Zbigniew Radanski, our mate Ziggy, and his beautiful wife Jackie, who this week has celebrated the birth of their first child, a beautiful baby girl named Rose. Mum and Bub both well. And Dad's coping. Here's Max King on the hit up with a set restart again here for Canterbury. The Bulldogs' 4th of the night. And they take it back towards centre field. Ball's going to be played to Hayward, goes right to Galvin. Then away to Crichton, they've got numbers. He gets it away to Anari Tuala. Does he get it down in the corner? I don't think so. He did not. Jared Sutton rules instantly. No try. He lost it trying to stretch out and scored it, Anari Tuala. 20-metre tap, 6 tackle set for Cronulla Sutherland. Good pressure from the defence and he dropped it over the goal line.
Yeah, Will Kennedy comes from absolutely nowhere. Gets his arm out as Anari Tuala was going out to put it down. He just taps it out of his arm and saves a try there, Will Kennedy. Big play.
So now Cronulla bring it out to the 20 with how long to go? 13 minutes 45 left. Cronulla 32, Canterbury 12. Pom Bob says, great call, fellas. Call it Maury GSB. Well, I can easily because it's over, but without much enthusiasm, so I'm just going to give you this one. Game, set, bingo, Sharks are going to win. Here's a penalty against Cronulla. That's nothing against Cronulla.
You always said
this
to me,
has been over forever.
Said to me,
yes.
If you're ever going to do the game, set, bingo, you've got to do it with some vigour.
All right, well, tell me to do it that way, and I might.
Well, give me a game, set, bingo like you mean it, Andrew.
Game, set, bingo. The Sharks are going to win.
Love it. That's better.
That took it all out. Here's Trindle finding touch on the eastern side. No, you're right. You've got to practice what you preach. 36 out from the Canterbury goal line is where Cronulla finds touch.
I reckon that's just given the Sharks a little bit of a lucky boost of energy there. They're going to spoil set for you.
Really? Okay. Oh, Rainbow Bum looking to strike again. Cronulla 20 metres out. Wilton on the first. Plays the ball to Peru. Goes right to Trindle, away to Colquhoun. And Jesse Colquhoun's tackle. About 16 out from the Canterbury Bankstown goal line. Cronulla 32, Canterbury Bankstown 12. It comes right to Colquhoun. Wrapped up 10 metres away. Or was that Burns? Burns this time. Plays the ball to Peru. Goes left to Trindle. He turns it into Colquhoun. Tackled instantly. But got the pass away to Kennedy. And he's wrapped up all in all by Bailey Hayward. 22 out from the Canterbury line. Peru sends it right to Hines. Tip and chase from Nico. Tracy's back there with Sua. Sua the ball on the bounce in the in-goal area, but hello, he's surrounded and tackled in goal. Goal line dropout for the Bulldogs. 12 left. Sharks 32. Bulldogs 12. NRL Friday on ABC Sport with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs, and I'm Andrew Moore on the text line. Sharks attack has suffered since the hooker change. Boys, a good start of the week, Trent. Good calling. Can you ask Billy if that Bears jersey he's wearing has been let out at the seams a bit? Tiger Tooley, I can tell you this, it has not. Billy Moore is as fit as he's ever been. These days he's a marathon runner. He's got 2 new hips and he's running marathons around the world. Although he may have announced his retirement recently. But no, he looks in great shape. Here's the Sharks, 12 out. Not like Luke Lewis shape, but still in fine nick. Here's Cronulla's Burns, scored 6 out. His legs aren't as big as yours, Bluey. He's not walking around on tree trunks.
And he's running a lot. Otherwise, I reckon he'd have big legs.
Here's Toby Rudolph on the inside. He scored 5 metres out from the goal line. Chance here for the Sharks. Ball played Peru. Goes left Trindle. He puts it on the toe. The ball bounces in goal and tapped dead by Connor Tracy. Another goal line dropout for Canterbury Bankstown. Sharks lead 32 to 12, 11 left. We go to the touchline. The always fit John Gibbs.
Well, that was a very, very good set there by Cronulla. When I say the set, the line dropped out and all of that, because that started with Manari Tuala being tackled in the touch of that northeastern side of Lang Park by Will Kennedy and Kailiro, and then they went down the other end of the field and forced the line dropout. There's another line dropout. It goes 10. It's tapped back. That's volleyball. Look out.
Tippy taps all over the place. The ball ends up in the in-goal area. Line dropout. Tuala had to dive on it in goal.
I don't think I've seen that, a line dropout for a line dropout.
I know. Haven't seen that in a while. Actually, ever. So a line drop out again, Canterbury. Nat Burton bounces it. Here we go again. Short line drop out to the right side. Up they go. Catch this time from Kennedy. And Cronulla has it 15 out. Ball's going to be played to Hines. Comes right side to Wilton. And Teague's going to be tackled. About 10 out for the Canterbury line. Sharks 32, Bulldogs 12, 10 minutes to go. Dummy half is Peru, sends it away left to a stepping Colquhoun. Jesse's tackle, 5 out for the goal line. Played to Peru, goes to the right, Trindle on the inside to Toby Rudolph. And he's good, no, the ball came out the back, thrown on the ground, lost by Canterbury, then 6 more, picked up by Ronaldo Mulatalo. He darts across field and then straightens and put down 10 metres out. No 6 again. So the ball's going to be played to Peru. He sends it left to Hines, away to Kennedy, then to Hero, bounced into the defence of Bryden. Finished off by Galvin, 6 metres out. Plays the ball. Kennedy gets it right to Hines on the last, crossfield kick. Looking for and finding his man on the right side to score the try for Cronulla Sutherland. Ronaldo Mulatalo, he's got a double on his return. Try to the Sharks. They lead by 36 to 12 with just under 9 minutes to go. Great little kick from Nico Hines. Mulatalo the catch and another try, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, all as soon as you said that amazing game set bingo, they had 2 repeat sets. They finally come up with a try on play 5. Beautiful little kick there from Nico Hines. Puts the ball right on the try line, basically. You need someone to get up and go for the ball. And Ronaldo does just that. He comes up with a really nice, well-positioned run onto that ball, a little bit out of an outside in line on it, gets two hands on it, falls over the line, scores a great try, and gets some more points on the board for the Sharks. Too good, and what a return for Ronaldo Mulatalo, and it's great to see him out there for the Sharkies.
Let's go to the touchline and John Gibbs.
Yeah, great work there by Ronaldo Mulatalo. Another good kick from Nicholas Hines. And Nico has been good tonight, and he's been taking the Canterbury defence on. Now, you wouldn't have thought that before, that Nico Hines would take on the defence and square them up. Now, just on Billy Moore, I'm a little bit perplexed, Andrew. Is he actually circumnavigating the world, or is he competing in different places around the world doing marathons?
Oh, no, he's been running all the major ones. Boston, New York, all those sorts of things. London.
So not completely around the world?
No, not completely.
Okay, thank you.
Nice use of Nicholas before too for Nico Hines. Here he comes, 15 out, 10 to the right of the post, makes no mistake. And Nicholas kicks another goal, his 7th of the evening. And it's now 38-12. Cronulla Sutherland over Canterbury Bankstown. 38-12. Listener on the text said, I hope we don't have a series of... I find that, no. I hope we don't have a series of blowouts across Magic Round. Yeah, likewise.
You're guaranteed if we're calling it. There's every chance you want.
Yeah, that's true. Andrew, you can't call GSP with 13 minutes on the clock. When the Sharks are playing, we can lose it from here, said Woodsy from Wagga. No, Woodsy, have faith. Andrew Groover, Gibbsy, love listening to my ABC family. Enjoy calling Magic Round. Jody Mackay, thank you, Jody. I'll be calling your beloved Cowboys tomorrow from the short kick-off. Tumanua had it, gave it right to Crichton, and he's felled by Iro, 15 out from the Cronulla goal line. Plays the ball to Tumanua. Comes to the left to Galvin, then through hands, away Underhill, Burton to Preston, and Jacob Preston tackled 17 out from the line. 7 minutes to go, 38-12 in favour of Cronulla Sutherland. As the Bulldogs go left to Connor Tracy. Back to the right, gee, that was a great attempt at intercept coming from Nickera, but he lost it forward, knock on. Canterbury will get the scrum feed, 14 or 15 out from the Sharks goal line, trailing 38-12 here at Lang Park in Brisbane. The crowd for this first game, by the way, 45,236, 45,236, remembering South and the Dolphins still to come. Legends, Louis, maybe you should take over the GSP. Not, but give it a crack again.
Time off. Wait till I tell you, mate. Time's off. Let's get into the back.
Have another crack at it. I don't even know that you're worthy of one after that pathetic performance last week in Gosford.
Do I do one?
Yes.
Oh, do I?
It's pathetic. By your own admission. Haywood from the scrum. Goes to the right, Galvin. And then he links up with support on that right edge. And the tackle is made only 6 metres out on Burton. Plays it to Tawala. Comes to the left, Galvin away to King. But Max King, he's pushed backwards. 17 out from his own line. 6 to play. Cronulla Sutherland 38. Canterbury Bankstown 12. Haywood dummy half. Goes left to Galvin. Short ball to Preston. Beats 1, 2, 3. And now dragged to the ground on a metre or 2 out from the goal line. 15 in from touch in the northwest corner. Plays the ball to Haywood. Goes right to Galvin. Oh, that should have been intercepted but dropped by Cronulla. And marching away downfield for the Sharkies, but to no avail was Teague Wilson. It's going to be another Canterbury feed, 10 out from the Cronulla line, 38-12 Sharks, 5.5 to go. Got a challenge.
We're on tackle 3 from the Dogs. Got a challenge from the Sharks on the knock-on.
Yeah, I think Teague picked it back up and continued to run. He must have thought it come off his knee and didn't touch his hand. It's going off the body language of that replay. But obviously you don't get to see it up close, but we're going to see it now. Andrew, and here it comes.
The ball initially comes off the thigh of Teague Wilton into the right hand, and he knocks the ball on the challenge.
Unsuccessful, boys. Get up here on the 10 to knock on, mate. Teague.
Well, that didn't take long from White Raymond. That's the good news.
The 10, boys.
That's it.
So, they boys listening in while watching the mighty Cardiff Cobras under lights in Newcastle local footy. Tim from Newey, nice way to spend the evening. Good on you, Tim. 0467 920 222. You can keep them coming right through until 10:30 tonight. So now the scrum is won. Galvin turns it away right to Tuala. Scored 10 out from the line around the grounds. First quarter AFL. Collingwood 7, leading the Swans 0 at the SCG. There's now Crichton throws the ball away, knocked on again by Cronulla looking for an intercept. That's the third in a row. This time it was Nico Hines. Cronulla's been really good with the ball in hand, but trying to intercept, they're not so good. So AFL first quarter, Collingwood 7, Swans 0. And thanks to our round the grounds dude, Michael Carianis, A-League men's semi-final, and it's 1-1 on aggregate. This is the second leg, Adelaide United and Auckland FC, no score. Another chance for Canterbury. Hayward from the base, goes to the right. Galvin to Burton to Tuala, slipped over near the touchline, gets up to go again, and scores an Ari Tuala. Does he get the ball down to the Norris corner? Referee Sutton said, I don't think so.
Coming to tackle one, no try. Just confirm that we got held up here with an Ari Tuala, mate.
That looked too easy. 38-12 Sharks, 4.5 to go. And it's up to White Raymond again in the bunker.
Isn't it funny though? They've run this play.
Little aspects of playing the lead up. See here initially it's grounded on his arm. We have no grounding on this angle, just reviewing any other potential angles.
So if it's no try, he'll play 10 out from the goal line.
Yeah, and they've run this scrum play 1,000 times.
He's going to show me soccer skills.
Who's he talking to?
Jared Sutton, he does like a jibber.
The ball always remains up and the tackle is complete. We have a
Tackle one, Anari. Tackle one, boys.
So no try. And it will be a play the ball for Nari Tuala. Let's check him downstairs with a man a day short of his 70th birthday, John Gibbs.
Yes, I hope I make it. That was, again, indicative of what's happening to the Bulldogs. They're going so close yet so far. It's just not their night. It hasn't been their last couple of months, so they get another opportunity next Friday night against the Storm. That'll be a big one again.
Yeah, we'll be there for that one too. There's now another loose pass by Canterbury and another knock on by Cronulla. The ball, that was impossible for Raymond, but again, that's 4 times in a row, Louis. But the doggies have thrown it away and the Sharks have dropped it.
Yeah, well, that was Ronaldo there.
Mulatalo.
Yeah, it goes down underneath his legs. It was good pressure by the Sharks, and the Bulldogs couldn't get the skill right. But that ball was already on the ground. It was a tough pick.
Oh, that was the tough
feed. Yeah. Which I can understand him dropping it there. But what's doing with the Bulldogs' attack at the moment?
I can tell you, and I'll sum it up this way for you, Luke.
Come on.
From the scrum when it goes right to Tupanua. Scored 14 out. You hear me?
You agree with me? Oh, that was awesome.
Hayward goes right to Galvin. Turns it back on the inside as Canterbury banks down, work it. Through Crichton, only a metre out from the line. 3.5 to go. Oh, set restart as well. Going to Canterbury, their 5th of the day. They ring the bell. Centre field Underhill. He scored 4 metres out in front of the left upright. Hayward dummy half. And he spins it away to the right. Leo Thompson got past Wilton, but into Fanua Blake, Kuru and Colhoun. And he'll play it 5 metres out from the goal line. Great crowd here at Lang Park. Hayward goes left. Galvin, Burton, quick hands away. Sherry, straight past a non-competitive defence. Coming from Jesse Ramian. And an easy try to Bronson Sherry. 2 minutes 55 to go. Try to Canterbury. It's Cronulla Sutherland 38, Bulldogs 16. Kick to come. Try to Bronson Sherry.
Yeah, well, they probably want that noise from you over and over, the Bulldogs, because it gave them a little bit of luck. They finally get it right. But a couple of little quick passes there from the Bulldogs over to the left, and then it's just Bronson Sherry gets to the speed, and it just becomes a bit of a foot race. And he gets on the outside there of Jesse Ramian, and good work there by Bronson Sherry.
He got pretty much through 2 defenders who had zero interest in making a tackle there. Touchline, Gibbsy.
Yeah, well, Ronaldo Mulatalo was retreating. Jesse Ramian was trying to make the tackle. Bronson Sherry put on the afterburners and scored an easy try. A little bit of a consolation. Gives them something to build upon for next week. But what was interesting then when he went through and scored the try, he had a word. I'm not sure what he was saying to Jesse Ramian, but old teammates, he did have something to say to him.
That's right, against his former team. Here's Stephen Crichton back kicking again. 20 metres out, 10 in from the western touchline. 2 minutes 10 to go. 38-16 to Cronulla Sutherland. Here's the kick from Crichton, heading towards the post, misses near side, no goal. So he is 1 from 2. Burton's 1 from 1. It's 38 points to 16 in favour of Cronulla. South and Dolphins to come. Went to the Google machine, had to put faces to names of my favourite ABC NRL characters, definitely hit for radio lol. Okay, sitting behind John. I can't argue.
Is he talking about you, me, or Gibbsy?
Well, he's talking about all of us. Sitting behind John Gibbs and the rest of the grandstand crew at Magic Round. Keep up the great work, fellas. Pick of the bunch. Scott from Emu Plains. Good on you, Scott. Hope you have a great time here over the next few days. That game, said Bingo, was said with vigour. Best yet. Okay, thank you, Glenn. Just needed a little bit of encouragement from my mate here. Luke Lewis from the kick-off. Canterbury have a 12 out from their own line. Ball's going to be played 15 in from the western touchline. They work it right to Sewer. He's wrapped up 26 out from his own line with a minute 40 to go. I gave that raspberry everything I had too, Louis. Hayward goes right to Thompson, to Galvin, to Tracy. And Connor Tracy's caught 29 out from his own line. The Bulldogs have it, trailing 38-16 with 90 seconds to go. King to Thompson. They go left. Burton to Preston. He's tackled. 34 out from his own line and 20 in from the western touchline. Hayward dummy half. Sends it right to King. King's up over the 40. Popped it out the back to Hayward. Flat pass at best to Burton. He's over halfway. He's got support in Galvin. He's over the 20. Across they come, but he's over to... Oh, he lost it, Galvin. He had it just short of the goal line and it spews out and over the dead ball line. Some late desperation from Ramian. Push and shove in goal. 55 seconds to go. It'll remain Sharks 38, Bulldogs 16.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. That was beautiful work there by Matty Burton. Really good support by Lockie Galvin, but he gets tackled. He doesn't slide at all. He just gets it stops. That's because his pants are coming down at the same time. He sort of just stops on the spot. That was bizarre. Here it is, the replay now. His pants are coming down. He's diving over. There's no sliding. And he literally goes onto the ground and ball pops out.
Yeah, short of the goal line. So it'll be a Cronulla Sutherland ball, and Trindle turning around to the Sharks fan base of that northern end saying, let's go. With 30 seconds to go. So it's coming back for a 20-metre tap for the Sharks.
Still being reviewed.
Still being reviewed.
They're still reviewing it. The director hasn't sent it to him yet.
Oh, come on, director.
It's a no-try review.
There's 30 seconds to go, and let's just play on. Let's just make it up as we go. Because you know what's going to be swing. Oh, there's one.
Knocked on. And the ball rolls dead. This will be a six tackles tap.
Yes.
Six tackles tap.
A six tackles tap. 30 seconds to go. Everyone's lost the play. We'll get an interview with Gibbsy after the game. And Louis' ABC Player of the Year points, and then hand it over to Q, Billy and Zano for South and the Dolphins. This a very comfortable win for the Sharks. 6 tries to 3. And the ball is outside there. 30 is Rudolph. Plays the ball to Puru. Goes right to Fanua Blake. He's been great for the Sharkies. Tackled 13 short of halfway. 10 seconds to go. One more play in the opening game of Magic Round. Dummy half Puru. He sends it left away Colquhoun. He scored 9 short of halfway. That should be it. That is it. Well done to Cronulla Sutherland. They're beating Canterbury Bankstown 38-16. As this Bulldog season becomes a bigger and bigger story, and not for the right reasons. Sharks 38, Bulldogs 16 for Cronulla Sutherland. Tries to Braden Trindle in the 4th minute. Ronaldo Mulatalo in the 10th. William Kennedy in the 17th. And then Puru in the 24th. Hines in the 33rd. Mulatalo's second try in the 72nd minute. Nico Hines 7 from 8. Up Cronulla here at Lang Park in Brisbane.
First of all, help please.
Oh, okay. We'll get back to that song. Dennis can sing it by for us later. 3 restarts for the Sharks. 1 successful, 1 unsuccessful challenge. The Canterbury Bankstown had tried to Jacob Preston in the 30th minute. Stephen Crichton scored in the 60th. Bronson Sherry was over in the 78th. Stephen Crichton 1 from 2. Matt Burton 1 from 1. Connor Tracy on report in the 12th minute for a high tackle on Mulatalo. 5 restarts, an unsuccessful challenge. Penalties 5-1 to the Sharks, who turn a 30-6 halftime lead into a 38-16 win before a crowd of 45,236. So we'll get one interview. We'll have time for one downstairs with the camouflage shirt wearing Johnny Gibbs. We'll get Louis' ABC Player of the Year in a few minutes from handing over to Quentin Hull, Billy Moore and Zane Bojack here on ABC Sport. All right, let's go straight down to the Cronulla camp with you, John Gibbs.
Yeah, and I said during the call, one of the underrated fullbacks. I don't think he gets enough credit. Doing a great job for Cronulla. Will Kennedy, very good win. You knew that the Bulldogs would be fired up, but you boys took the fire out of the contest.
Yeah, we definitely knew we were up for a game, especially with this atmosphere and this occasion of Magic Round, and they were up for a game and we were up for it as well.
And without Blake Brayley, who's been the cornerstone of much of his success in recent years, 139 straight games out, does so much tackling, spark out of dummy half, and also Cameron McKinnis a lot of tackling. Your boys in the middle, they lifted. They knew they had to, and it's obviously a challenge Craig Fitzgibbon set you.
Yeah, we missed them boys this round, and I think Bez and Pep, who jumped in there, and they did a great job, and I think they had a lot of spirit, and that's what we needed for this game.
Now, Magic Round, I think it's 3 in a row now that you've won, the Sharks, and you've had a great record over the Bulldogs, but it transpired a bit easier than I thought it would in the first half. They gave you opportunities and you took them.
Yeah, I think we started well, and that's what we spoke about during training and bouncing back from that other game as well. So we wanted to look forward and keep going and keep charging.
Will, from a personal perspective, I mean, how do you feel? I think you're undervalued and underrated. How are you seeing things? Your form's been good.
Yeah, I think I just got to enjoy my footy and play my footy. That's what I do best, and just stay positive. I think it's a big thing for me, and I put those games together like that, and I just got to keep doing it, and especially having the boys around me. I want to play hard for these boys.
And Will, a couple of other individuals I just want to quickly mention. Adam Fanil-Blake, skipper tonight. He was enormous. State of origin bound, most likely.
Yeah, he was unreal. I was unreal. Tinny come in, stepped in. He's captain for Blake. He come in. I think he does a great job leadership-wise, and he led the boys around in the pack.
And the other one, great passion, Ronaldo Mulatalo. He's infectious.
I love having Ronnie back. I love him as a player and as a person. He's one of my brothers, and I love seeing him back, and he's back to his best. He's one of the best in the comp.
Well played. You're going to watch more of Magic Round, or you're going to head home?
Not too sure. Get around the team, I guess, and just enjoy the win. I think is the big one for me.
Well played.
Cheers, thank you.
William Kennedy down there with John Gibbs. All right, we're almost out of time. Luke Lewis, your ABC Player of the Year points, please.
Yeah, 3 points I gave to the big front row and the inspirational captain for him tonight, Adam Fanil-Blake. I think he was really, really good up to the middle of the field, especially early. He was brilliant. I went to Nico Hines for 2. Had one of his best games for the Sharks tonight. He was everywhere, kicking well, so he gets my 2 points. I went Jesse Cohen for 1. I thought he was really, really good in the middle of the field as well. Just a lot of hard work up early.
So 3 points goes to Adam Fanil-Blake, 2 points Nico Hines, 1 point Jesse Colquhoun. 20 seconds or less, Louis. Canterbury, what can you say to their fans? What is doing?
Yeah, that's all I can say. I don't know what's doing. It's horrible to watch. There's something very, very wrong there at the moment. But for me, it's their attack. They do not look like they've got any type of attack anywhere. So they've got to pick that up pretty quickly.
All right, let's go to our favourite Italian restaurant at Milton.
Let's do it.
For dinner, we'll watch the footy. We'll listen to Q, Billy and Zano. Thank you to John Gibbs, to our producer, Ralph Tucker, to our man of sound, Dennis, the 1987 Canberra Raider. I'm Andrew Moore. Can't wait for the remains of Magic Round. We'll be back on air from 2 o'clock tomorrow at the Southern Forecourt for the pre-game show. Coming up next, Quentin Hull and the team, Rabbitohs and Dolphins.
This is going to be quite a ride.
Every dream restoration starts with something worth holding on to.
We were in love. We figured we'd work it out.
Restoration Australia.
This is magnificent.
Back May 21 on ABC TV and ABC iView.
Get your documentary fix on ABC iView.
We have an industry that's just running riot.
Like Sean McAuliffe's Going for Broke.
Last win, come on.
Todd Sampson's Why.
The best things in life are on the other side of fear.
And more. Streaming now on ABC iView. Guy Montgomery is back with a new assistant.
Sam Campbell. Oh, take the job. What is the job?
The new season of Guy Montgomery's Guy Mont Spelling Bee. Wednesday nights on ABC TV and ABC iView.
In a realm where gladiators clash under enchanted skies, the NRL's Magic Round.
The 2026 NRL Premiership.
It's Magic Round on your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio
And ABC Listen.
All
always like to give you that first-hand experience of what it's like at the football. Welcome to Game 2 of the Friday night doubleheader. Just imagine when you're a couple of hours in at Bathurst and all of the cars go to the pits at the one time because you've got to get a change of driver. We've got 3 radio commentary boxes up here, so we've got about 15 on-air personnel going out and Billy Moore and I squeezing through, ready to go for Game 2. Gee, I hope the second game's better than that. South Dolphins can't wait. Billy, great to be alongside you, but first of all, what did we just see there?
Well, I think we've seen the corpse of the Dogs 2026 campaign over and done with. They look completely cooked, Hugh, and everything about it, their energy, but the way they're attacking, their defence is nowhere near as robust and dog-like that I've seen, and I've talked about it before. Last year they were 9-2, and they decided for tactical reasons, for their point-scoring ability, they decided to move sideways and eventually out the door of the 9 and the 7, Sexton and Reid Marnie. It hasn't worked. The guys that have come in, Hayward and Lockie Galvin, are good players, but they're not doing their job. Whatever they came in to do hasn't worked. Their attack has got worse. So you just can't say anything but the honest truth. They've got it wrong in the kennel, and the people responsible for that, obviously the hierarchy, Gould and Serrano and co, they're basically, their aspirations and their thought patterns of what they wanted to have happen hasn't worked. The key thing is, I get a sense the Dogs fans have given them the opportunity, but that length of time until they blow up is nearly over, Q.
Yeah, and look, we now turn our attention to 2 teams which have played some really entertaining football. We saw a 12-try, 70-point feast in round 1 when Souths won here over the Dolphins by 40 points to 30. A couple of key changes, particularly for the Finns since then. They're getting going, the men from the Redcliffe Peninsula. They're 4-5, having won their last 2, albeit you can maybe put a hole in that form by saying it's Melbourne and Canterbury Bankstown, 2 teams that have been struggling. The Rabbitohs, 3 of their last 4, they're inside the top 4 as the round begins. 6 wins, 3 losses, last start victory over the Sharks. That form's just been franked with the way that the Sharks have played. Latrell Mitchell is back in the team tonight, so Bunnies fans happy, Blues fans hoping that he can get through to be picked in Laurie Daly's squad when the Origin teams are put together on Monday. And unfortunately, Alex Johnston, the game's greatest try scorer, won't be gracing Magic Round in 2026. By the way, the Magic Round records of these 2 teams, 6 starts, all 6 for the Rabbitohs. They haven't missed any, and they've won 4 of 6, but have lost their last 2 years. And the Dolphins have only been around for 3 seasons. They've won 2 and lost 1 of their trips to this festival of footy. Through the teams in just a moment, but let's get back down to the touchline. Zane Bojack, he's now got the headset from Johnny Gibbs. He's ready to go, so I've got my Hollywood combo